when I was going to download this camera didn't work. Okay, and then all of a sudden he blew up on, oh, the camera's fine, right? I'm like, I'm going with some more technical kind of remedy the problem. So he got all my face about it, and I just said, look, I don't need this. Pack up my got all the
Most DUI interlock devices are equipped with a camera. These devices detect the driver's breath alcohol level and prevent the vehicle from starting if the level exceeds.
Oh, so you don't get somebody else to blow the fucking machine.
It's 0 to 0 alcohol content. The cameras are there to ensure the driver conducts the test genuinely, and tampering with the cameras is a very serious offense.
Look at the camera base right there. You just touch it, you can tip the wheel and the tape residue up on it. That's not good. I keep telling his family.
While it wasn't confirmed that the driver personally tampered with the camera, the damage itself raised suspicions.
To be honest, he's gonna get a fucking breathalyzer. Now he's probably drunk right now.
The return with additional questions. With a backup officer now present, the situation started to escalate.
He's like on camera for this. He's like, oh, yeah, it's disconnected. He's like, no, yeah, that's really not disconnected. If it is, I don't know anything about it. We gotta check diagnostics on this. But then he tells the guys, they didn't stick their own tape or something. They look at the camera card. He says, how they did it. Lost my son, I got his money.
Oh my god, drunk driving to get your fucking camera fixed that's broken because you wanted to drunk drive? Like, why is he at the camera show? He's shaking. He's scared.
I'm not nervous, dude. I'm so straight. Go here, my line tells. I was going here. You drove here high as hell. I'm not lying. Just said. Let's get some gas because there's not really this long. I'm not. I got my. You admitted.
I got high after I got here. Yeah, no, that's the funniest. Yo, chat, over plan. If you ever get in a drunk driving accident, just make sure that you're on camera drinking after the accident and be like, dude, I just got drunk after the accident. No, I got drunk after we got in the crash, you know, because I was upset about it. You just got high after you got it.
Take that as sarcasm.
The driver can't seem to stop making bad decisions. Firstly, calling the cops while potentially intoxicated, then
I think just being sarcastic with an officer is always just fucking terrible. Like, you don't joke. Like, officers can joke with each other. But, like, if they're questioning you and you're like, yeah, I'm on fucking crack right now. I think they're gonna kind of read that as, serious regardless of how he said it.
some drugs. Later, asserting that he was being sarcastic.
How you gonna get?
Joe, helping people drunk drive, that actually doesn't work. If you drunk drive and get in an accident and then drink after the car accident, you're still gonna get arrested for a DUI.
What are you talking about? For what? For what? What do I mean for such a that's
He was only being detained on suspicion of possession of narcotics. However, in addition to a series of bad decisions, he made another move in which made matters worse.
He hurt the officers. What's your suspicion? You say you're actively fucking high.
Sit down. Sit down.
Dude, get the leg in.
Actually, you want back out. Now you're getting searched and sent to arrest. Why are we getting some destruction of justice? How's the officer without violence?
Why doesn't he clean the front part of his shirt wet? Like, I don't sweat there. Do y'all sweat there? Like, my arm doesn't be sweating. He's fully fucking wet in the front neck part of his fucking shirt.
The situation deteriorated from being detained to now facing arrest for resisting.
No. Dude, if you know my dad's my dad. If you know my dad's gonna be honest. I don't think you don't get to the United States. And you're gonna still bring them in force control.
Nah, if his dad's from the United States, they probably don't care. If this was a president's son, they would probably, this would probably not be happening.
You know what he's doing fucked up. You know what he's doing fucked up. Come on, dude. You know what he's doing fucked up.
He searched his vehicle and discovered discovered an unidentified substance which was later confirmed through testing to be marijuana.
So you're being arrested for resisting without violence. Okay.
You got your body camera on, right?
Yep, it's been recording this entire time.
Okay, great. I'm taking it to trial. I swear to God, I'm taking it to trial.
Citation.
So, without being any charge, without anything charged in, just your suspicion, I can be placing handcuffs and putting that in your car. Absolutely cannot.
Yep.
I can sit on the car right there, just like this, and you can't do anything
He's
about it.
so nervous.
Well, I'm taking it to trial. I swear to God, I'm taking it to trial.
Move your foot.
He was booked to jail and was charged with resisting without violence and additionally received a civil citation for THC possession.
What is a civil citation, though? I feel like that's not gonna be that big of a fucking deal.
Enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You might think that last suspect was a little off base for making jokes about being high. Wait till you meet Eric Sims.
And then he grabbed my phone, slammed my phone on the ground, jacked me up on my shirt, told me get the fuck out of there. Yes, I want him arrested.
June 8th, 2022, a Wisconsin officer responded to a call at a business in La Crosse from an employee named Eric Sims reporting an assault. The officer made contact with Eric Sims, unaware of the kind of individual he was dealing with.
Incident today with the officer.
Yes, I want him arrested.
Okay, well, before we get any of that, I need to know what happened.
Alright. The owner called me about a call I did this morning. And she's trying to say that I could have towed the car. I tried to explain to her why I couldn't. She got mad, hung up on me. I came over here to try to... I was coming over here to talk. I got to the door. I was yelling at her.
If I was a cop, I'd zone out, dude. I feel like the people they talk to are the worst storytellers of in all fucking eternity, dude. Like, so I was there and we were like talking, and then I was by my car and I was kind of mad, and then bro, fucking lay it out. You know what the fuck is this? Just like chopping it up. It's like I'm fucking time warping through the story. You're just throwing me in fucking 2-second intervals. Like, I don't know what's going on right now.
She's trying to say that I could have took
The car.
I tried to explain to her why I couldn't. She got mad, hung up on me. I came over here to try to... I was coming over here to talk. I got to the door. I was yelling at her. Her son came running out of the bathroom, jacked me up on my shirt, told me get the fuck out of there. Fucking... He grabbed me by my shirt and pushed me off of the steps and pushed me into the truck that's right next to the steps. And then
What? You were by your car and then you got pushed off steps into a car? What are you talking about, bro? Like, what the fuck?
I had hit the truck. And then he grabbed my phone, slammed my phone on the ground. I went to go grab it, so I was calling the police. He grabbed my phone again, and he grabbed me by my shirt, holding my phone like that. I told him, I said, you know you're going to jail now. That's assault.
Eric's account managed what he had told dispatch, but the experienced cop couldn't just arrest the other employee, as Eric had requested him without hearing his side of things first. The officer proceeded to question the other employee, which appeared to be a right move considering the account provided by the employee.
Hello. Hey, Josh. Josh. Yes. Have I talked to you earlier?
I would go back and stuff. Comes in the office instantly. Nothing out of his mouth. It's instant screaming, top of his lungs. I step out there and shake the other officer guys out there. Ask him, you go inside, we'll deal with this later. Continue to scream.
This is a story. See, I understand what he's fucking saying right now. Like, the other guy, so I'm here and I want to tow the car was towed, I walked up there, pushed out the steps, he was grabbing my shirt and my phone, and all of a sudden said, now you're going to jail.
Be in our face. So we open the door, ask him to leave.
There were discrepancies between the complainant's account and Josh's testimony, highlighting the necessity for cops to gather information from multiple people before taking action. The officer gained a clearer understanding of the situation and began to grasp the kind of
he's had the past issues in the past. I give him as many chances as I can. Obviously, the only reason he's still here is because I said let's give him a fair shake for a chance. 8:30 in the morning, coming in and simply screaming at the owner, who's also a woman. I just don't understand where this mindset came.
The officer questioned more employees who corroborated the other employees' testimony, confirming
Oh, they all have the same
the
story.
aggressor and
They don't have like a fucking security camera. I feel like that's a camera right there.
a previous altercation with several other employees. The officer, having consulted all parties, proceeded to handle the matter in the most professional manner, but Eric was out for blood.
So essentially, you came here yelling and screaming your resemblance to, I get it. That's not acceptable behavior. It doesn't excuse what happened to Josh. So essentially, if you want to pursue charges, then you're also going to be charged with disorderly conduct. They don't want to pursue charges against you, but you can't come into a place of work yelling and screaming and causing a scene.
Disorderly conduct for police at work. Okay, do what you gotta do.
Good. Is that what you want done? Is that what you want to be charged with that and have him charged as well?
No matter. Go ahead.
Now that's wild to say fucking I'll take a charge because I don't like that person that much that now I want them charged as well.
We both can go to jail. Can I park my car?
Eric basically said he doesn't mind going to jail,
But now he's gonna get sued because he's falsely accusing somebody of something. Because if he gets arrested for disorderly conduct, he can fucking then turn around and fucking sue them.
as long as his alleged assailant goes to jail too, which was very odd, as any person in their right state of mind would typically try to avoid jail. However, the confusion continued as Eric's subsequent actions became even more baffling.
I'll have to make a phone call. I don't think anybody's going to go to jail, but you can be charged with it.
Hey, you want to come down here and get my car? Because now they're talking about that. I have to go to jail.
You don't have to go to jail.
You know, you want to come down and get my car because you pushed me down the steps and pulled my phone my hand like this. And then I told him, I said, you know, you're going to be assaulting me. And so now you got to come get me. No, you don't got to get me. You got to get my car because you said I'm going to have to go to jail. I'm just going to jail. Kind of a whole thing, right? We got to kind of both go together. So if you want to come in, you want to just go get him, you can go get him.
You guys can get a signature bond. You don't have to pay.
I'm on probation.
Okay. So you still don't have to pay.
I don't want him to go to jail. What he fucking did, put his hands on me, slam me in the chalk.
Okay.
You guys are not gonna arrest him? That's bullshit.
Eric seems to have a jail wish, as he went as far as informing the cop about his probation status.
Look hurt. Like, what do you have to physically lose if you got maybe somebody body slammed you into a truck? You're gonna have like a physical injury, right? Like it's not just gonna be like, oh, I was in a little bit of pain. Like, dude, you're gonna have a fucking welt.
This is in an attempt to get himself and the other employee locked up. The cop had further conversations with Josh, telling him Eric wanted to press charges, which clearly didn't sit right with him.
I mean, he's a talent, self-defense, possession. I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole. I just want to go on, right?
No, that's what I told my partner. You guys just want it gone. You know, just one at a time. I guess. So.
Yeah.
The cop, recognizing that the situation was a minor issue escalating due to their egos, went ahead and made a decision in which, from Eric's reaction, it wasn't quite popular with him.
Just based on the information we're getting inside, and based on the totality of what happened here today, we don't have to get arrested. He doesn't have to get arrested. What we're going to do is we're going to issue you both a disorderly conduct ticket.
How are you gonna hit him? He put his hands up, so you're not gonna arrest him for him putting his hands up.
I'm not saying just based on.
Okay, can I have your supervisor come out, please?
Yeah, I'll get the call later.
Bro, I hate motherfuckers that do that shit. If you're at like a Walmart, can you go get your manager, please? Thank you. Go get your supervisor. Yeah, let me go talk to your supervisor. The supervisor's gonna say the same fucking thing, right? The manager's gonna say the same fucking thing. Why would they ever change it? Unless like the person's actually being a fucking idiot.
They both received a $187 ticket for disorderly conduct, much to Eric's dissatisfaction. As the officer went to write the tickets, Eric, not finished with the situation, decided he really needed that jail time.
Go fucking stand over there. You know, wait, hey, man, don't stand over there. Don't stand over there and stop running fuck. Just don't listen to him. Just
I would like to do whatever I need to do.
I'm annoying as fuck. This guy's getting a fucking $200 ticket, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know.
This phone will hold off. Yes. Why did you?
You're a
Yeah, but you guys say
to jail as badly as Eric before. However, he just got let off with a ticket. The outcome was very different for the individual in the next case.
Is everyone inside okay?
He said that he killed 2 people, but he was talking about on the game to January. In 2023, heavily armed deputies from the
I'd start speaking if I was this kid.
County Sheriff's Department swiftly responded to a location following a 911 call in which the caller claimed to have killed 2 people. Upon arrival, they immediately drew their weapons, which made sense given the reported situation.
So turn around. Turn around. Turn around. You got me covered. Alright, put your hands behind your back. I'm not gonna cuff you right now. Do you have any weapons on you or anything sharp?
The caller, Elijah Matthew, cooperated fully with the officers. However, despite
Yo,
the
yeah, that's butt dial the cop. That is awful.
operation, the officers proceeded cautiously, conducting a pat-down for their safety. As they began questioning him, it started to appear that the situation might not be what they initially expected.
What's your name, bud? Okay, you can relax. Okay, so this was just an accident. You called 911. But did you say you killed 2 people or something like that? Okay, how old are you? You're 17. Do you have a driver's license or no? Okay. Where's your parents at? Okay.
Oh my god, he's almost He's fucking playing Rainbow Six, he hears fucking gunshots, he's like, I hear sirens right now. What's going on?
Do you want me to talk to your mom?
You're not in trouble. If it's an accident,
Is this Elijah's mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened is, I guess he's saying that he was playing a video game, and in the process of accidentally calling 911, he said that he killed 2 people, but he was talking about on the game. So we thought that there was a double murder, so we showed up to your house with a bunch of...
Turns out it's actually just Kid and Copper. Wait, hold on, let me get back to you a second. Let me get back to you in a second here. You can win the game. No, we won't. You actually didn't even win the game here, so, I don't know. It's kind of fucking stupid right now. This kid's saying he got 2 kills here. He didn't even win the game. Copper. What's your KD ratio? This KD's about a 0.6. Ooh, I've never seen something so bad.
That's why we're here talking to your son, okay? So there's nothing to be worried about, okay? We're just trying to, we're just doing our due diligence here, trying to figure everything out and make sure that everybody's okay, because we have to do that when we get a 911 call. So we just wanted to inform you, are you nearby or no? Okay, well, we would like to just check out the inside of the house, if that's okay, just to make sure that... Yeah, you
So
said...
the kid's like, oh shit, my dad been sitting on the gaming console waiting for everyone. Just go run inside real quick, just, tidy things up real quick. Just, I didn't expect guests to be here.
was telling us that the...
Fucking throws like a 4-foot log out the window. Glass just shatters all over the fucking sidewalk.
dogs need to be put up first, so I just wanted
Oh,
to
that was weird.
to you before, so we get your permission, okay?
Yep, that's totally fine.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, hold on for me. Let me just get my supervisor on speed with us here.
The story seems to have checked out after the cop's conversation with his mom. However, the cops still had to be very thorough and leave no stone unturned. Following the briefing with his supervisor, a few officers went with Elijah to check in the house. Unfortunately, we couldn't show the search as the Boone County Sheriff's Office regulations prohibit video coverage inside residences. The cops found nothing suspicious, which corroborated Elijah's account of the officer.
Yeah, then they probably just did. Rat Mark 2. Gamer Kid pays to get laid. You won't believe it.
Coming up on tomorrow's teachings.
Kind of cute. You got that 2000, right?
Oh my god, my little Greg.
Oh, sister catches her brother edging. Mom won't feed sons. Genius girl tells me we do have a Darman video set for first video we are watching today is a Darman. Duh. We haven't watched what? Locked in chat next video. Billionaire car tier list.
Mark Zuckerberg has enough money to buy a brand new Lamborghini every single day for the rest of his entire life and still have billions of dollars left over. So why does he choose to drive a Honda Fit?
I mean, don't they make more than the price of a Lambo every day? off of increased like net worth value, right, of the stocks that he owns. He makes more than however much a Lambo costs, whatever Lamborghini you're trying to buy, like $400K.
According to him, it's safe, comfortable, and not too show.
Honda Fit. Yo, that's actually crazy if you're a billionaire driving a fucking Honda Fit.
Wait. The second car is a $1.4 million Pagani Huayra.
Okay.
S tier.
Yo, actually though, I feel like most billionaires, outside of that one dude that died that lived in like a $60,000 home that ran IKEA, that guy literally just lived frugally. But most billionaires have like a cheap car where it's like, oh, I drive a Prius because it's gas efficient, and then they have 9 freaking other cars that are over $5 million each. I don't know if it's to like remind them of being humble or to also just maybe PR seem more humble.
Ken Griffin, founder of the sexiest hedge fund of all time, Citadel, once spent $200 million on this interesting assortment of
art is also a fucking scam write-off for rich people. I fucking hate that. And donating art pieces, you get it. I mean, it's illegal to do this, but a lot of people have done it, where you buy art, you get it appraised for a much higher value, and then sell it. Or he just buys it and then donates it.
paint. Given Kenneth's track record of buying things that are overpriced thanks to sentimental value, you might think that he drives a Mark IV Supra, or maybe an old BMW. No, my boy Kenneth drives an almighty LaFerrari.
This is a LaFerrari.
With its rousing curves,
Driver boys consider a 3 circular button.
erotic V12 engine,
Next, I want to move on to the door panel.
and salacious quarter-mile time of 9.7 seconds.
Storage pocket in the door
The
panel.
LaFerrari is an absolute beast. Ken Griffin seems like the type of guy that
Yo, I get jealous as fuck though when I watch shit like that. Oh my god, bro. Owning a fucking like $3 million Ferrari. Fuck, dude. I'd be scared I'd crash it. You gotta be, it's not even like, are you rich? I make money. You think I make Ferrari money? No. I make money. Right? Like I could buy a nice car. I have a nice car. Right? Like I have a nice Jeep. But like, I would never spend, I couldn't buy that car. Even if I could, you have to have way more than that in case you fucking total it.
buy a LaFerrari and just keep it in his garage because he's scared of depreciation. So, A tier. Rihanna is worth $1.4 billion thanks to her music and cosmetic line, and her car collection is magical. She has multiple Porsches and a Aventador, a Maybach, a Chevy Suburban, and a legendary Mercedes SLR McLaren. Fun fact:
That is a nice looking car.
a super rare car is also owned by former billionaire Kanye West.
One thing.
Solid A tier. Michael Bloomberg drives a Chevy.
Yo, dead ass though. Yo, like, that's an honest response for a dude that's standing outside your fucking house. The fuck out of here. One thing.
Solid A tier. Michael Bloomberg drives a Chevy Suburban. Jack Ma, former CEO of Alibaba, drives a Chevy Blazer that he bought from Alibaba.
That he bought from Alibaba.
The richest rapper of all time, Jay-Z, has a godlike automotive collection, but his coolest car has to be his $8 million Maybach Accelero, one of them.
My god, dude. Fuck, man. Like, keep in mind, like, when you watch these videos, you're like, oh, 3 million, 8 million. The average American dies with a net worth of like $1.7 million less than that. I think the average American makes like 4.7 in their entire life. Oh, average net worth of somebody in their 60s that dies or 70s is $300K.
A kind high-performance vehicle that was originally built to test the limits of Fulton's Accelero tire model.
Fucking engine lights blinking.
It's a cool car, but for $8 million, I would rather
It's not that cool for 8. I would put that in C tier, dude. That's a fucking shit-ass car for 8 million.
just buy the state of Wisconsin. I think it's too expensive. Say B tier. Steve Ballmer is worth $70 million and drives a Ford Fusion hybrid. This car was hand-delivered to him by the Ford CEO.
This is awesome. No way he's happy about this. Dog, you could buy 100,000 of those.
It's a solid D tier.
That's an ad. That's gotta be an ad. That's gotta be an ad. Oh, it's beautiful, man. Oh my god. Oh, look at the fucking seats, dude. Oh, fucking carpet. Oh my god. Oh, dude. money from? I don't even remember what Andrew Tate made money from. How did Andrew Tate get rich? I know he was a kickboxer, or he did like Muay Thai, and then he invested in Romanian casinos. He put like 100 mil. Cam girls.
Trillionaire.
Oh, his horses made him shit.
Spending on 1,000.
Correct.
Andrew Tate, the top G, takes great pride in his collection of properties, firearms, and last but not least, supercars, with his most infamous ride undoubtedly being his
Bugatti Chiron. I feel like a Bugatti Chiron is basically a rich person car though. Like it's one of the coolest cars, and I would say it's like a dream car for sure because it's so fast. I feel like if I had Andrew Tate money, I wouldn't buy a Bugatti Chiron.
Bugatti Chiron, costing $3 million, only 500 Chirons were produced, making Top G the owner of a truly special vehicle.
What color is your Bugatti? It's the worst car ever, dude. Brown. A brown Bugatti. Really?
My positioning of Andrew Tate's Bugatti Chiron on this tier list is not indicative of my opinions on his royalties and previous actions.
I would put that in anything. Like, it's a cool car, and I know it's rare. But, like, everybody knows it's not something that's like a niche vehicle.
Just don't believe that make sure the lifestyle is appropriate. For example,
Or, like, one of those cars where, like, rich people buy these Bentleys, and it has, like, the stars in the sky that they want on the ceiling of the vehicle. Like, there's, like, certain constellations and shit that they have.
founder of Walmart believed in frugality. In 1979, Sam bought a Ford F-150, which is currently on display in the Walmart Museum. Touching the truck's handle is rumored to bestow upon you the gift of frugality.
Gift of frugality, what, saving money?
There's
Like, Walmart workers are still
some
broke.
decent lore behind this truck, so
I mean, that is a cool truck, bro, but it's like, dude, it's like, being a billionaire and being frugal makes no fucking sense. Like, if you're giving your money to charity, okay, but like, that's like an actual, it's an addiction. Billionaires that don't spend money and fucking just want more and more money and try to get a higher and higher net worth, they're addicted to making money. It's like, every billionaire is at the end of the day, because it's like, why the fuck would you ever need over $1,000 million? But to sit there and be like, hey, I'm gonna drive a 1979 Chevy truck or Ford truck when you have fucking 80 billion sitting in the bank and you could buy any car you want and more, like, it's just a waste.
I say B tier. Larry Page is the co-founder.
It's like hoarding, like actual.
He once said, if you're not doing some things that are crazy, then you're doing the wrong things. This is a quote that he lives by, as having an $86 billion net worth and choosing to drive a Toyota Prius is indeed crazy. D tier. Kim Kardashian has a $3.8 million car collection. For Christmas in 2020, her former husband, Kanye
Hey.
West,
Huh?
Do you know how big your TV in your room is?
I am probably 4, I don't know.
I'll measure it.
baby ever.
It's Prime Day, so I was thinking I could get a lighter weight one. I might just order a new one for you.
No way.
Well, you never know.
That's true.
Maverick Raft Lamborghini.
Ew! What the fuck? What if it rains? Or she drives through a white fabric, driving this thing, it's getting stained. That's gross, but that's kind of cool though. Bro, drive it on the road, and that's just gonna get fucking mud and dirt. Now, how are you gonna get it out?
Okay, guys, my new ride is here.
Oh, hell. Oh, hell.
Car enthusiasts were inspired and amazed at such a tasteful addition to the $200,000 car.
F tier. Thank you.
Sam Bankman-Fried was the founder of FTX, the infamous crypto exchange that went absolutely bankrupt, and is the only person on this list who has become a millionaire twice. Well, let's focus on this version of Sam. When his net worth was $26 million, he famously drove a Toyota Corolla, and everyone marveled at his humbleness and altruism.
You trust the guy more when you see the car he drives.
He's brilliant, and I trust him, and I like
He
him.
doesn't even have window tints.
The guy you see next to me is the most generous billionaire.
Everyone except for the top sheet.
When I go
like, yo, it actually doesn't make sense. Like, why the fuck would you have $40 billion and not buy a fucking nice car? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, a new Prius isn't a good car. It is. But not when you're worth more than some small country's violation.
Toyota Corolla is actually pretty decent. I say
That one is 48 inches. It's pretty heavy, so I'm worried about hanging it on the wall.
Yeah.
It's pretty old.
Would you get one that you'd probably just get one that hangs on the wall?
Well, and that's my thought is also we don't need it to have cable because we don't have cable.
Yeah.
So it can just be Wi-Fi enabled.
Just need Xbox.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a little poking around here, but I might get a whole new TV out of this.
Let's go. Well, you just need one that manually, you don't need a stand for it to hang on the wall. You just hangs on the wall. That's its purpose.
Well, no, I mean you have to buy the mounting thing for it.
You do?
Yeah.
There's not TVs that just come with mounting? No.
Sadly, no. Yeah, they're not super expensive, so. And I was thinking, well, I haven't really ordered anything on Prime Day, so I don't really need anything. And I was like, wait a second. We're outfitting your room. So you might also take a look at Prime whenever you take a break. If there's anything on Amazon Prime that looks good, because everything's on sale for the next 2 days.
Yep.
I'm gonna put the news on if that's okay.
That's okay.
Thank you. And then I was thinking I would take your TV and put it somewhere down here where it doesn't need to hang on the wall. Oh, Chase, you're so lazy, buddy. You're so lazy. I will say that newer TVs tend to have better internet connections too. Because I don't know if you know this computer, it's gotten a lot better. Much better. Over the last few years. New relationships.
Could you turn it down just a little bit? Uh-oh.
There are movies out there, okay? Hi there.
Travis together has been married for 14 years and has 3 children. He started using AI for jobs in Canada about a year ago. As
Let's see, it's Prime Day. Let's see if I can have a microwave TV. First of all.
Prime Day's Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can move up a little bit to one, but it's really heavy.
It's Prime Day! What is the things for my room?
Just compare, compare Costco, because they've got some smaller ones too.
That's true.
You get 5%, and I know that Amazon sort of notorious for having good prices.
Should I get lightweight TV for a wall? Should I search
Yeah,
this?
that's what I was searching for, so.
Okay, that's probably why it said that.
Yeah, oh yeah, because you're sitting right next to me. Let me look at
Should I look how many inches?
Your current one is 48 inches.
So I would want a little bit smaller.
Okay.
So probably 40, 42, something like that.
Yeah.
40, 44.
Little TVs.
32 is what we have.
Well, not like little TVs.
No, awesome. 42 is what we have in the kitchen if you want.
32.
32? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's not.
I think this one is 65.
Damn. I just get TV stands, bro. Oh, Roku. You get Roku?
It should come equipped with the Roku.
Okay, so I found one for $200, $42-inch smart television with Wi-Fi and mobile app, Alexa and Google Assistant.
55.
55, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Amazon's got some better deals than.
this one looks really good.
Well, I was anywhere, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But like, I don't want Roku. I want Xbox. Wait, how do
No,
I?
you want Roku also, because that has all the apps on it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
This one, so. The nice thing about here is you can actually search them up to 19 pounds, which is nice. So like this is a Vizio 40-inch, $140.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send this to you if you.
Okay. Yeah, tell me what you found and.
The link might not work. Because I don't think this link works, but
Okay. But I can find it in that.
oh, it does. Oh, raw catfish.
Yeah, it's not on the wall right where the processor is.
Yeah, like so I can look at it, you know, on a shelf. Yeah, and then I can go and go to bed on my. Sometimes maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Not a room to.
But I'll have a bed, so I'll probably just go down bed. What happened? I had 5 p.m.
Oh, that's just that it's saying that's coming up on the 5 o'clock news.
Oh, okay. Yes!
Okay.
Dun dun dun. It may need a long time and I will see you again. See me again. Dun 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 dun.
Good boy.
Ah, good boy. It may need a long time and I will see you again. See me again.
As soon as I got cleaned up.
Go.
I'm gonna price this.
Blah. Como scabins, blah.
That mushroom is great on this side.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Skabim, sagabala. Now, where's he? guys. Come Scoopy. Stop giving me raw fucking tilapia. Bro, I swear if I get another raw freaking tilapia. Raw tilapia? It's just raw tilapia. It's all raw tilapia, bro. I don't want raw tilapia. Come Scoopy,
Is he still like the head of fucking Berkshire Hathaway? Yeah. That man's so old. He's 90. He was born in 1930. And he still does like speeches and shit. The best Warren Buffett stock's alive at $1,000 right now. There's so many fucking articles about it. Warren Buffett's 5 rules of investing. Never lose money. It's only advice.
On a daily basis, the market is
Down 5, just 2 sausage patties. Market's flat, sausage muffin, market's up, egg and cheese biscuit.
After hearing about his quirky eating habits, I was a bit disappointed to find
Wait, that's what he does?
McDonald's on a daily basis. The market is
Down 5, just 2 sausage patties. This man eats McDonald's on a daily basis. Bro, that's what I'm talking about. Old people that live past the age of 90, and you ever ask them what their fucking trick was, they're like, well, I smoke cigarettes, I'm filtered, and eat a bar of dark chocolate every day. I'm like, okay. I eat 35 peanuts every morning. When the fuck did you start doing this? It's just genetics. Genetics is a very big thing on determining how long you're going to live, but also eating habits. So it's always shocking to me when, like, people with terrible lifestyle habits live just incredibly long. Because you sit there and think, like, damn, if you didn't do that, how much longer would you live? Like, there's like a 98-year-old smoker, and you're like, dude, you would live like 150. No, like 110, right? That is flat. Sausage, muffin, market's up, anything, cheese biscuit.
After hearing about his
Whatever you find,
habits, I was
send
a
it to
bit
me and I'll
disappointed to
check.
find that Warren Buffett drives the most boring
Walmart.
mediocre rich person.
They have this thing.
Most boring car. A Kia Soul.
I think so.
Like a 2013 Nissan. No, he probably drives like a Camaro. Maybe
So Alexa, what is 8.5 kilograms of pounds?
Honda Civic. Something, maybe like a Ford. It's like a Volkswagen Ford.
Car I've never seen in my entire life. A Cadillac XTS.
No, but literally a Cadillac though. Yo, that man was born in 1930. He probably thinks that's the most expensive car you can buy. That's like prevalent rent for somebody born in the 30s, dude. A Cadillac? Yeah, that's fucking rich people shit.
Very uninteresting car, but Warren Buffett is a legend, so me too.
Hello, I'm Bill Gates, chairman of Microsoft. Yo, you ever seen reviews of his house? His shit's crazy. I don't know if he still lives there anymore. I remember I watched a video about the house he lives in, and his walls have like sensors. So if he wants to like look at a pet, like say somebody broke into his house, he can see where you're standing in his like what his iPad.
Gates won a Porsche Turbo in 1979, and a few speeding tickets later, he realized that he needed more power. So he bought a Porsche 999, the world's fastest street-legal production car of the time. It was one of the first time performance cars with all-wheel drive.
Porsches are also just like I would love to own a Porsche. That's just like a nice, like if you own a Porsche, that's just like, yeah, that's a nice car. Nobody ever sees a Porsche and doesn't like it. It's usually never somebody's like favorite vehicle, but it's always just a good car.
Drive in 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, 9.9 daily, 600,000. Rich person on 15, measured a large variety of vehicles.
He really wants to get there. And I'm not making fun of him for that. It's like he's scared of this.
Variety of vehicles, from a Ford Model T to a modified BMW M5. But his most iconic ride was undoubtedly his $1 million ultra rare McLaren F1.
There's 60 still on that. He probably owns some crazy shit. was going down and down, but it was publicly traded on stock pricing for so long, and then he bought it, and I've heard that since he acquired it, it's worth like 7 times less than it was. Like, Twitter's only gone down in value. It's not a publicly traded company anymore, because it has as much worth in the company that he's 70% less.
Emphasis on the word was. One day, Elon was driving to an investor meeting for his little tech company, PayPal. His co-founder, Peter Thiel, was in one of the passenger seats. They were driving along the open California roads. Peter turned to Elon and said, "I'd like to see what this car can do." Then, in an act of ultimate badassery, Elon turned to Peter and said, "Watch this." He crashed into an embankment. This F1 is an amazing car, and it has some extensive rumors. I'd say it has two.
Look, they're so rich that they crashed that $1 million car and just go, good thing we didn't die. And then he just buys them.
Somewhere in the vicinity of $9 or $10 billion today. I only say that because of
Jeff Bezos.
got a photo with
This is a rich person. Scared.
This is a perfectly good car.
This could maybe love Jeff even more. Having read it, this just proves that materialistic things aren't necessarily needed to obtain happiness. It's nice to see billionaires that want to be normal people. You don't need a fancy house or a nice car.
Imagine Jeff Bezos goes to a fucking comedy special. Every time a joke landed, the crowd would just go silent. Because over the mass laughter, just kind of, grouping together to just be like a loud roar. Just to the side, you hear.
Jeffrey,
Look at my head would snap. Like I start dying pelican in the fucking room. My laugh ain't any better.
Steve, if you turn that, open it up that one up on the right.
I don't really see.
Hard drive, bro. Oh my god. And I'm sitting there riding out video games to fucking log in and get like $3 fucking $1 million cars to fucking finish out my car collection in GTA. This motherfucker actually has.
This car collection is now valued at over 20.
What the fuck? That is fucking GTA. That's not his garage. Is that his garage? Why does he have fucking 7 same Lamborghinis?
Luxury and excess are generally frowned upon. Let's be honest. If you
And then they don't drive.
all the money in the world, would you be driving a Honda?
That was a good video. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Millionaire house tier.
From a $2 billion mega mansion to a $50,000 tiny.
See, here's the thing. If you own a house like this looks like government. This looks like where the Queen of England would live, or the White House. This is 45 bedrooms, 50 bathrooms. I say this every single time we see a big house. Who the fuck is living in this house? And whenever you see somebody rent that lives here, it's not like 21 kids and counting type. If you were like a family with 30 children, yeah, buy a house. It's always like, hey, and his new girl just bought this house. They also plan on never having kids, and they never have anyone else. What do you do all day? You drive a go-kart in your house?
$50,000 tiny home. This is the millionaire house tier list. Ladder has a net worth of $200 million, and he's got a palace with an underground bunker. S tier. Mark Zuckerberg on 1,000 football fields of land
I'm from what the L.Y. That's Steve. That's Steve. I don't remember Steve like that. I remember, make me sweat a little bit here, Steve.
Dogs wanted to burn it down. California said no because of its historical significance. Steve Jobs really wanted to burn it down. He went on record calling the house a dump. He said Jack had no taste and that George Washington Smith was a nobody. He didn't abandon the house and let it rot for 10 years. The house became such a mess that he was finally given permission to destroy it. 8 months later, he died, making the brutal destruction of his guest house one of Steve Jobs' final victories. I don't get why he hated on this house so much. I'd say it's a strong C-tier, world-famous pharmaceutical salesman, El Chapo, and a peak.
He had a plan and he did into like the pseudoscience route when he had cancer. I don't know if there's like a definitive thing on that, but I know that he got diagnosed and then he stopped doing, he started doing like alternative medicine. And I have such a hatred for alternative medicine because alternative medicine, do it. Like, if you think it works, whatever. But don't do alternative medicine and not do proven, scientifically researched methods of medication when you're going through something as serious as cancer.
Now we're about 12 billion. You're said to have houses at every single beach and a ranch in every single state. You also have the government looking for it at every single state. So rather than living in this luxurious...
Dude, did you guys see what El Chapo... I mean, El Chapo is crazy, man. But now he's in, like, a high max security prison in, like, the middle of the fucking United States for the rest of his life. He never gets to see his family, and he has to be inside 23 hours a day in one cell alone. He's in a supermax prison in the middle of nowhere in Colorado. He sits in a cell all fucking day alone.
Just mansions. He was forced to stay in discreet safe houses to avoid the law. These honest
my mind. No, I think I watched a video about what he has to do every day, and everybody will lose their mind in that state.
and hidden escape routes connecting Chapo to a network of underground tunnels that allowed him to escape capture and keep his drug empire running. This man was a hairy and tough of crack, solid F tier, Donald Trump's official resident.
But you're raiding their houses, not them.
It's a 17-acre Florida resort called Mar-a-Lago. After buying it in 1985, Donald made a few changes. In his yard, he put an 80-foot tall American flag. His bathroom, he added a few classified documents from the White House. But the biggest change he made was turning the
Mario soundtrack in the back, a few documents from the White House, and
$200,000 entry fee. You can become a Mar-a-Lago member and hang out with rich people. But Jeffrey Epstein, he was a member of Trump's club until 2007 when he got kicked out for hitting on a teenager. Classic Jim.
Really? Trump made Jeffrey Epstein Mar-a-Lago after he was a teenager? Jesus Christ.
Classic Jeffrey. The club's been printing over $20 million a year, making Mar-a-Lago one of Trump's most lucrative investments. It's a somewhat controversial house, but it is a nice place. Being the Queen of England has a lot of perks. You get the coolest jewelry collection of all time. You get to drive a Bentley limo without needing a license. You get to pay taxes when you
What? He never got a license since he was allowed to drive?
You get to drive a Bentley limo without needing a license. You get to pay taxes when you feel like it. But the coolest part of being the Queen is living in the $5 million Buckingham Palace. This 775-room behemoth is everything you need to be the ultimate rich person. You gotta throw.
I don't understand what I'm dissing trying to do part of like a lot of countries' cultures, but I don't understand the idea, the purpose of a king and queen when we're in 2024 and they don't really run the government, right? They're not elected, they're born into it from 700 fucking years ago when their great-great-great-great-great-great-granddad became king. And so now every person in their generation will be a celebrity off the fact that they're just a king or queen. It's weird because they didn't do anything, you know? Like, at least famous. That's what's so weird about kings and queens in 2024. Way back then, it's different when it was like fucking 1200s, right? And there was like wars over religion and church and state and all this other stuff. But today, if you're somebody that has like fame, if you're like or some shit like that, or even like an elected president, you did something to achieve power and fame, whereas kings and queens are just born famous and rich. And I mean, you could say that about like other rich people, but like they're literally born as royalty, but they didn't earn it.
A multi-billion-dollar art gallery, London's biggest private garden, and an ATM in your basement.
you know, great lucrative business opportunities, but it's kind of a pain because they're legal, and why should we be business to them, right? Like, I bought all these private islands, and I'm sitting here, all I want to do is own and run
So in case you can't read between the lines, Larry Page is using his islands to perform human experiments on children. S tier, in a 2010 letter to shareholders, stock market genius Warren Buffett said that his third best investment was his house. In 1958, he bought a $30,000 home in the quiet neighborhood of Omaha, Nebraska. The property is now worth over 40 times what he bought it for, which might seem
I don't want to say it annoys me when billionaires live frugally, but it annoys me. Like, if the IKEA guy, Warren Buffett, like, if you're sitting on $100 billion, you suck, you know? Like, it's like, just because it's, you can say, oh, we gave the right person money, but you're telling me $100 million and you live in a fucking $30,000 house, 1.4 million today. That means 97 years old. But regardless, it probably drives like a Toyota.
like an amazing financial return. However, if he had instead invested that 30K in the stock market, he would have made $3 million. The reason Buffett considers his house such a good investment is not because of numbers, but because of the memories it brought him and his family. Mukesh Ambani, the richest man in India,
He owns a whole fucking skyscraper. This is probably the coolest house. What a waste. That was right next to the slums. This is like fuck. Now, that's more like the gauge. Obviously, I don't think anybody's gonna be a billionaire, but this is like the fucked up range of billionaires. Where there's billionaires like Warren Buffett who don't spend any money, and then Mukesh Ambani buys a fucking $2 billion skyscraper right next to the slums of India, where like literal like people in fucking poverty that are struggling to fucking eat and survive are like a mile away from it.
for a mega mansion in the middle of the hood. Creative visionary Kanye West said this in a 2018 interview.
I'm tired of getting mansions all this mansion from homes, stuff like that. Like, shit whack, bro. Like, everybody house is whack. It's the trash.
Kanye bought this house in 2023. It was originally a church in Los Angeles that he planned to use for his Donda Academy School, but has since been left to rot. In 2019, Kanye started building massive dome-shaped structures inspired by Star Wars that he believed would revolutionize affordable housing. He was seconds away from solving the homelessness
The dome-shaped house fucking revolutionizes housing for most people. I feel like a dome-shaped house is probably the biggest waste of space.
crisis when California shut them down because they already have tents for that. Recently, Kanye bought a $57 million Malibu home, paid someone $20,000 a week to destroy it, and listed it back up for sale for $4 million less than what he bought it for. And on top of that, the guy that he paid to destroy it turns out he never paid it, so now he's also getting sued and taking L after L after L. Kanye
Paid the guy to destroy it.
officially announced that he'd be building a 100,000-acre city in the Middle East.
Does he have the money to be even able to do that?
On a $191 million mansion at the tallest hill on Long Island, it offers a beautiful view of the world's most unaffordable city. However, Mr. Ma might not be able to appreciate this view anymore because in late 2020 at an economic conference, he made the grave mistake of criticizing the Chinese government. Jack Ryan
Ever find it? He disappeared from public view in 2020, resurfaced 3 years later in the middle of Thailand.
isn't dead, by the way. He ended up reappearing in China a few months later. Hopefully, Supreme Leader Xi Jinping let him keep his cool house. Michael Jordan's mansion could be yours for $14,855,000.
This house, yeah, I was gonna say this house has been listed for so fucking long. I remember 3 years ago when the Powerball was really big. My friend said he would buy this house if he could get $1 million. Why has no one bought this house? Probably just too expensive for a fucking builder.
For $14,855,000. It's actually been on sale for over a decade. The main reason no one's buying it is because it's in Illinois. On top of that, a lot of the loans features are too unique to Jordan. Not many buyers would want garden gates with someone else's jersey number, a theater with someone else's logo, and a basketball court with the names of someone else's kids. Marking your territory moratorium is effective for keeping people from eating your pizza and also keeping people from buying your house. None of the average.
Alright, I'm gonna mess around in your room a little bit.
Okay.
Would you like the lady clothes to go through on your bed or your sofa?
Sofa, please.
Might seem like an absolute
It'll be a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of move stuff around so you get a better vision.
D-tier. Jeff Bezos launched Amazon.com.
And also, because I always feel like doing my work there. We do need to start your reading at some point.
In the United States.
Yeah.
Jeff has properties
So, that could be tomorrow, since today's a little bit of a recovery day.
Yeah.
2023 when he moved to Florida, so he can be closer to his
I
family.
never understand when they buy, like, money. Like, I get you're a billionaire buying one, maybe two big-ass houses on, like, both sides of the United States. But what the fuck is the point of buying fucking 45 different houses in random-ass areas, and they never go to them?
Further from the IRS. There's on a man-made island off the coast of Miami where he bought a $68 million mansion. 2 months later, he spent $79 million on the one next door.
Why? Not get rid of your fucking neighbors? Like, that's the only way that I understand this. Even that $68 million house, I have to run on next door. For what? Privacy? Privacy? Why? Actually, I think that's why. I would get if it's privacy, but it's not like he's living next to, like, middle-class people. You're living next to other rich-ass motherfuckers. Right? If you're Jeff Bezos and you buy this $68 million house, whoever lives in this $79 million house probably doesn't care that you're Jeff Bezos.
It's a pretty chill place, I'd say B tier, but he's also evading taxes, so that bumps him up to A tier. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
Oh, this is gonna be a $400 million mega mansion.
Dropped 300 mil on a
$300 million. Oh my god, is that a parking lot for the workers for the house? Imagine having a parking lot for your workers that tend to your fucking house. And it's like the size of like a parking lot for a Target.
Chateau. It has a nightclub, a boat with an underwater aquarium, and modern technology that can all be controlled with an iPhone. The building might seem like a historic landmark, but it was actually built in 2009 by Saudi businessman Ahmad Khashoggi. Wealthy developer probably won't be doing business with the Crown Prince anytime soon, because in 2018, according to the CIA, the Crown Prince assassinated his cousin. If Ahmad and the Crown Prince ever link up again, that might be an awkward conversation. It's a pretty cool house though. Billionaires Row is a New York City.
Oh, I love watching videos about Billionaires Row, the fucking sick-ass apartments all the way up to the top. It's like, imagine living, that's above the class.
It's a New York City neighborhood with the tallest and most expensive buildings in the world. The people that
Also fucking terrifying. Same shapes with the wind. Like, imagine living all the way up there in this skinny-ass building, and you feel an earthquake.
Row is a New York City neighborhood with the tallest and most expensive buildings in the world. The people that buy these apartments aren't buying apartments. They're investing in furnished capitalism.
The majority of people who are actually living here aren't actually living here. They're using these apartments for places to store value and to brand.
It's like a burger bag. Where you live on 57? Where do you live on 11? Where do you live? 220. In 2019, billionaire investor.
What? They don't live there? So it's just an empty-ass fucking, for the most part, it's like empty-ass fucking rooms. Like 80% of the fucking rooms, no one's in. So when you're talking to a millionaire, oh, I just bought a house with Billionaires Row. Oh, which one did you buy? It's like showing somebody your Jordans. It's like the same thing as saying, yeah, I just bought the Royal Blues. Wow, I just bought 110.
Or Ken Griffin bought 4 floors of 220 Central Park South for $238 million, making it the most expensive real estate purchase in the United States. 220 holds the most desirable view in the city. Of real estate purchase in the United States. 220 holds the most desirable.
Imagine waking up and looking out of your fucking window and seeing that. I would love to have that. I would love to have that. I would love to have a sick ass apartment in Tokyo. And then I would also love to have a sick ass place in the middle of Switzerland on the Alps and you live in Alps. If I was a Powerball, that's what I'm gonna go. Fuck it. I'll donate half that shit. The other half, oh, I'm blowing it, bro.
View in the city, being the only billionaire's room tower located directly on Central Park. I mess with Ken Griffin, but I think $240 million for a concrete brick is a little bit too much.
That's wild that he put that in C tier. I mean, yeah, honestly, you could probably get cooler shit, more satisfying stuff. Whatever amount of homes or a house that you want for $30 million, and I only get one house, it wouldn't be a
directly on Central Park. I mess with Ken Griffin, but I think $240 million for a concrete brick is a little bit too much. Bill Gates has 100 library with the manuscript written by Leonardo da Vinci. Has the only interior footage of his house on the internet, so some of the following visuals will be made with AI.
AI is a brilliant tool.
Bill Gates has a 60-foot indoor swimming pool. Inside of it is an underwater sound system, but that's nothing compared to his personal Lake Washington beach that is sand imported from the Caribbean. He also has a trampoline room, walls covered in screens, and his favorite treat that he monitors electronically 24 hours a day. There's some cool tech in this house. That's his honor. B-tier. 2002, Larry Ellis, the co-founder of Oracle, got a letter from his accountant. It listed a few of his expenses, like his $25 million villa in Japan, $194 million yacht, and $200 million Japanese temple in California. Larry's net worth at the time was $23 billion, but his accountant was still concerned. I'm worried, Larry. It's imperative that we start to budget and plan. New purchases should be kept.
CEO and billionaire Larry Ellis made a rather large investment on her.
Buys Hawaiian Island for $500 million.
It's about how they die.
S tier. Kim Kardashian bought a $20 million home in 2014 with her then husband Kanye West. They spent 3 years transforming it into what they described as a minimal monastery and what others describe it.
Dude, I always wonder what an average conversation with them was like. Like Kanye West and Kim Kardashian just sitting at the dinner table. What the fuck do you think they talked about? If I'm playing this out in my head, I think it's Kim having like a nice conversation and then Kanye just going on a fucking rant about like the meaning of life, like nothing to do with it. Just like the government's up to this shit, the fucking the economy's going to the fucking like talking about like conspiracy theory ass shit. And she was like, well, the weather was nice today.
It has an expensive site work. This house is a really cool art project.
Now you're in the middle of this strange time where you're selling houses and saving money, material possessions. Slightly sad.
No, you guys don't need to go and take it to Phil. You can stay inside. Okay, you can that way. That's fine.
And he stayed true to his word, selling off each of his California mansions one by one. He then hired a $50,000 tiny home.
I think possessions kind of weigh you down. They're kind of an attack vector. They'll say, hey, billionaire, you got listed. Now I know what you're talking about, so what are you going to do?
Elon's $50,000 tiny home is actually his guest house. His main home is a South Texas rental property. It's technically only worth $45,000, but he also spent $200,000.
Houses in Texas have $45,000 and look that good. No wonder motherfuckers moved to Texas. That house in New Jersey would be $300,000.
$45,000, but he also spent $200,000 building an 8-foot fence around it and covering it with security cameras. Elon says he got rid of his stuff when he sold off his $100 million real estate portfolio. But considering that only accounts for 0.05% of his wealth, he still has a lot of stuff after all.
I mean, he definitely has to have yachts, and he has yachts and private jets and stuff like that. And he probably just, he gets to stay wherever he wants. He goes to the nicest hotel wherever he's going or wherever the fuck he wants to stay. Oh, poor
Jeff Bezos? Some of the craziest things I've ever seen. Like the world's biggest clock and extremely rare secrets from the bottom of the ocean. These are stupidly expensive things Jeff Bezos owns. And first up, Jeff bought a dog that can literally do his laundry. This robot dog named Spot can do a lot more than just...
I feel like if I had Jeff Bezos money, I wouldn't know what to do with it. If people always say, oh, if I win the lottery, I'm going to do this, this, and this, right? But when you win the lottery, you're going to get anywhere between like $100 and $500 million. He has like, I mean, it's an asset, but also quick with cash. He has multiple multiples of billions. I don't know if that's the right terminology. Tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. You can buy anything. Like he could go into a Walmart and just say, I'm going to buy everything in this Walmart right now. And it would be 0.000000001%.
Is I appreciate you do a sweep every time you come into a room?
Right, you just go somewhere and just be like,
what?
Izzy does a sweep every time she comes into a room looking for food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've got the drill, guys. Here we go.
Like, walk over to the whole dealership. I'm gonna buy every car in this dealership. Thank you. That's why they always start collecting weird, like, swords and, like, medieval stuff. I feel like every billionaire just starts owning historical artifacts and, like, dinosaur skeletons. Because what else are you gonna fucking do?
Like when Jeff needs a beer, all he needs to do is put his cup down and let Spot take a piss. But in case that grosses you out, Spot can just go to the store and grab some snacks instead. And after Jeff's not eating, it'll clean up after him. Hell, it can even be his
He owns way cooler shit. This is like 40 grand. Jeff probably owns a fucking nuclear bomb.
bodyguard. Even though this dog cost Bezos $75K, it still ain't perfect. So if Bezos is trying to keep himself protected, he can't just rely on his dog. Because there are powerful people out there trying to murder him. Which is why he has the most expensive
Missile defense. All billionaires have like missile defense systems on their yachts. Like GTA, dude. Like that's a billionaire yacht. If you were to go steal or kill Jeff Bezos, it would probably be easiest to do in the middle of the ocean. So that's where they have like all that shit geared up. Bro probably has like a safe with fucking AKs just sitting there with guards.
expensive private security in the world. Because when a journalist was killed in Saudi Arabia, Bezos blamed the assassination on a Saudi prince. And their government didn't take that lightly, allegedly threatening Bezos and hacking his phone to blackmail him about his secret affair. So not only did Bezos install military-grade
Saudi government hacked Jeff Bezos.
glass into his office, he hired 9 bodyguards to follow him around everywhere. And that ain't cheap. Coming up to $1.6 million a year just to keep Amazon's gold boys safe.
Yo, straight up, I'm not like a full Iron Man suit. I'll just walk around in that. I'd buy bodyguard, but if I'm Jeff Bezos, I'm gonna try some Iron Man implementation type stuff. Like, I'm gonna be like, build me a suit that can just tank a fucking rocket. Make something where if I get shot, I just don't even feel it.
Still not as much as the millions he spent recovering a lost relic
Like a nest.
from the depths of the ocean.
Like, all that shit.
No, it's not another submarine. It's actually something that fell out of the sky. Because if you didn't know, Bezos is a huge space fan. When he was a kid, he was inspired by the Apollo missions to the moon. So he was willing to pay anything to get his hands on a piece of that history. And it turned out,
Never been anywhere. Like all the billionaires, I was listening to a podcast with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and all the billionaires, there's the one white guy that looks like he has a lot of plastic surgery, not Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, and then he owns like he's like a blonde, pretty attractive older guy, Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, like all of them have been, if this is Earth, like here in rotation, whereas the moon's like here. If you wanted to do it in comparison, like they haven't been anywhere to where it's like they've been in orbit or something, but they haven't really gone in space. The people that have gone in space are people that went to the moon. Like you see a fraction of space, whereas the people that are that have been to the moon, like they've seen Earth in the same way that we've seen the moon. Like just imagine standing on the moon and looking at Earth. Like that would be the crazy, and everything else is like a weird void. Like every human that has ever lived and every being that we know of is on this little ass ball. So imagine the feeling that you have, like fucking standing on the moon, listening to like some interstellar music.
in the deepest parts of the Pacific Ocean, there are pieces of the rocket engine that
Search up a blue dot picture, I think I saw it. Where the satellite turned around, blue dot, yeah, we're just a little fucking field. This is from a satellite we sent out, and that's from like a shitty 140p image, but like it's trippy to think about the fact that we are fucking like it seems, everything just seems so, like everyday life just seems so normal, right? And like you're kind of the center of the universe. Now think on the fact that like there are 8 billion people in the world, and each of them has life as complex as your own. And then think that's only on one planet, in one solar system, in one galaxy, over the span of like humans living in like fucking 100,000 years. Like, it's insane. It's fucking freaky.
Bezos hired a crew to dig out the remains, and it cost millions to restore. Just one of these engines costs around $15 million. But we'll never know how much Jeff spent on this little expedition, because he wanted to keep it a secret. And he's not even keeping the engine for himself. He actually donated it to a museum for the world to see. Maybe Bezos isn't such an evil guy. Okay, never mind. But when you're worth $165 billion, you gotta buy something that's for yourself. Like a stupidly expensive car collection.
Oh my god. Like, I feel like it's too much money. When you own this many cars, it's like Hot Wheels, It's like you're a kid playing with fucking Hot Wheels cars. It's like, oh yeah, that's my Lamborghini. Yeah, that's my Lamborghini. Oh, no, this one's the Bugatti. Yeah, this is from 1930. This is a vintage car. It's like you don't even care anymore. When you have like 4 of them, you can be like, alright. But if you really owns like 100 cars.
Collection. And you already know he's got your standard rich guy cars. Like a stretch limo, Escalade, and Range Rover.
Plus, stretch limo's only 50 grand.
He earned his first $10 billion back in the year 2000. He bought something you'd never believe. Bought a 1997 Honda Accord. No, for real. Dude was literally worth billions and decided to drop $10,000 on a Honda. But that broke boy mentality didn't last long. Because he leveled up and bought a $3 million Ferrari Fit 3 to Sergio.
I would be so scared to drive that car. I'm not on him. Like, if you're just say you're a casual multi-millionaire, right? And you have $15 million to your name, and you buy a $3 million car. Like, if you crash that, not even if you crash it, say some fucking rough-ass rear ends, that's awful. Now imagine being a broke college student. And yet, most people that have done that, there's broke, like, college kids that have, like, fucking rear-ended in Bugatti. You have insurance? Yeah, but your insurance is gonna skyrocket. You fucking nail a fucking $1 million car.
There were only 6 of these made in the world.
Like, that sucks.
It's still the cheapest supercar he owns. Because he also bought a 1 of 7 W Motors Lincoln Hypersport. And it's the only car in the world that has doors like this. Every millionaire needs this next car because it's a classic flex. If you asked him what color car you want, Bezos would say for you. Because he bought a black and white Bugatti Veyron.
You know, I always like had these in my dream car. Like, I would love to own like a fucking Lambo or not. You can't drive. Like, you can't. Where are you gonna go fast? On a highway, and then you go 100 miles. You go 10 miles over the speed limit. The cop will pull you over. You have to go on a track. Yeah, or a highway. You have to pay to go on a fucking. If you're that rich, I mean, it's probably not good for you. You'd have to pay to go fast.
And it's by far the fastest car in his collection, reaching 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. So it makes sense why he copped it for $3.5 billion. But he spent even more than that on a diamond-studded car. Jeff's gone.
Fucking whacking that thing with a hammer and running. This is the easiest thing to steal from. Oh my god. You're telling me you're not gonna run up to that thing with a sledgehammer and just chunk a piece off and run? What's the point of it?
And that, on a diamond-studded car, Jeff's Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita is covered in 1 million small white diamonds, held together with a carbon fiber.
Can't even see that. Nah, the other one looks better. This just looks like carbon fiber. This is covered in diamonds.
Big one of 3.
This just looks like a car.
And these are like 20 mil. But his most expensive car is a Lamborghini Aventador Roadster. This special edition Lambo was made for the 50th anniversary of the company.
You know, that's the Centurion from GTA. I own that car.
So it cost him $10 million, making his total collection around 20 mil. Obviously, a billionaire's gonna have a bunch of supercars.
$10 million is like $750K GTA. Jeff, you got scammed, honey.
Bezos ain't your average billionaire. Because I bet you didn't know, they'd spent $42 million on their clock.
You think that? Alright, hold on. I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'm gonna rewind. I'm gonna act flabbergasted. You think that in the new GTA they're gonna have cars that go like the actual speed that they go in real life? Because in regular GTA, every car can only go like 130, like max. I think like the fastest in GTA might be like 40. I don't know if they're gonna go like the speeds they go in real life, because then cars that are going to be released that are going to like 220. I think there will be cars that'll go like 200. I think we'll have really fast cars.
And spent $42 million on a club.
Gotta act flabbergasted again.
This thing is 500 feet tall.
42 mil for a fucking clock. For what? It's supposed to be like a better clock than anything else, or is this for something in his business?
So imagine a clock literally bigger than the Pyramid of Giza, built into a Texas mountainside. Since Bezos is supposed to be,
I don't think it was ever his bunker, dude. Every billionaire is thinking of fucking bunker. It's like scary. Why? Why are they? Oh, they have like these weird 8 fucking underground floors in like an island in Hawaii that they built for like $200 million. Why not? But they're all doing it at the same time.
instead of showing seconds and minutes, this clock shows years and centuries. So it'll tick once every year and chime every 100 years. There's also 5 secret rooms like in a pyramid.
Okay, that's better. But you're gonna be dead. At the point, it's supposed to be like something that outlives him.
Just have to open up across a 10,000 year period. That's if we don't blow up the planet before it. But billionaires don't gotta worry about it.
Coolest business, aged wine, and aged whiskey. Because if you're in a family that owns like an aged whiskey business, you're like grandpa, barrel whiskey, and it will be open until like you're his age, like 100 years aged whiskey.
Of that, because Jeff can just fly away in his private jet, and you already know he can't just own one jet. He needs multiple. When he first became a billionaire, he bought a Falcon 900EX, but it was still too boring for him. So he gold-plated the bathrooms, king-size bed in there, costing him $13 million. That was when he was only worth a couple million. So in 2015, he leveled up to $70 million. He had to get rid of the peasant plane and buy a better one. He decided to go with the Gulfstream G650ER, because it's basically a flying house. It's got multiple bedrooms, bathrooms.
God, that's so sick. Everybody sits on billionaires' roads and stuff. But like, you're a billionaire, you're gonna be flying around in a fighter jet. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that bullshit where they fly like 30-minute flights. That's rich. But if I was a billionaire, yeah, I'd float up. I'd get a fucking 20-seat private jet and bring 20 people on it and fly to the fucking Barbados or some shit. I'd go somewhere cool. I'd go buy a big ass sailboat to make me feel like I'm a pirate, and then I'm also not using it. I would have learned how to use it though. I would pay somebody. I would 100% pay somebody. I'm not learning how to use a fucking sailboat. I'm gonna say, man, the flag! And I'm just gonna have one of those comically large wheels. The tiger gets stronger! If I wouldn't do anything, it would just be like a wheel with like nothing connected to it.
That's why it cost him $75 million. But he wasn't able to just one, so he got the exact same one again, making his total private.
Why? See, that's better. Yeah, I watched some video about. I think it wasn't Johnny Depp, National Treasure, name the actor. I can't think. I'm picturing his face right now, and I blank on his name. Nicolas Cage. He owned like fucking 7 Rolls Royces or some shit. I'm like, dude, why? And they were the identical. They were the same car. Like, I maybe get you owning like a Rolls Royce in one country and the same Rolls Royce in another country, but why have two of the same private jet? When are you using both?
For Jeff Lee, $150 million. And since Jeff contributes to half the world's pollution with those, he gets a lot of hate. So he wanted to buy something that can control people's minds. And what better way to do that than buy the news? Bezos had his eyes on the Washington Post, the #1 news source for Washington, D.C.
That is wild. Billionaires with no news platform. It's kind of hard to have a news platform that isn't biased. Because somebody's going to run it that has their own opinion on how it should be ran and what should be said. So it's kind of impossible. But when you have like billionaires, you can just change what you think. Because if you like Google like Jeff Bezos, you just only put out positive shit about it. And then people are like, oh, okay.
I mean, he wanted it so badly, he immediately agreed to the first price the owners gave him, $250 million.
There's like the conspiracies that like some famous people pay for good PR or something like that. I don't know how true I think that is. I don't think it's true for like the majority of people. I think like really rich people can pay for good PR, like him. But like the average and it's also too big. Cut it like this. Cut it right down the middle, and I'd be happy. I don't understand what's the point of like 10 fucking 15 bedroom houses.
You're gonna have more than just a couple mansions.
Dude has 7 want a maid. He probably has maids and shit. Yeah, without problem. I wouldn't want like a live-in maid. Somebody to live with you and like clean your shit without problem. Or even like an attendant. I would love to have like a private chef to like cook me dinner. But I wouldn't want to wake up in the morning and be like, "What's up, John?" And he's like, "What are we having today, Jeff? Some French toast?" I'd be like, "Dude, I'm not even related to you, and you live in my house." I'd be like, "Keep going somewhere else. Like, fucking please, like, not bother me."
Are pretty weird. Like his DC home, which actually used to be a museum before he bought it. He really wiped away all that history just for the place to be empty most of the time. So instead of old relics, it's now got a movie theater.
One thing I want in life, and I've said this since I was a child, I would love to have, oh my god, like the fucking, and have the popcorn stand, and like a big concession stand, like movie theater, whiskey taste without like the annoying ass people and like randos that have to sit next to you about the top.
Bursting through elevators, a ballroom, 11 bedrooms, and 25 bathrooms, costing him $36 million in total. It's not rooms, and that's just one mansion. He's got another Miami worth $68 million. This waterfront mansion's got 7 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, a full-on sauna, and a giant pizza oven in the wall. You know, he likes so much that he wanted a second one, so he kicked out his neighbor and bought the place for $79 million. His next property, though, is worth $80 million, but it's not even a mansion. It's an apartment. He bought a 4-floor New York City penthouse. It's got your standard marble floors, library, and a glass fireplace.
Okay, I don't want an apocalypse to happen. Have you ever wondered what your neighbor's house is like on the inside? Or just like a house that you pass sometimes? Damn, I wonder what the fucking inside of that house is. I'm just saying, if an apocalypse happened, I'd be able to fucking... Oh, they have a nice floor plan. Oh, wow. Open concept, too. Wow, that's nice. That's really what I thought it would be.
But it's one of the only buildings with the perfect view of the Empire State. But his last mansion's gotta be my favorite. Because not only is it in Hawaii, where the weather is perfect, it's also got some of the craziest views I've ever seen. First off, you got your own private beach. But to the right of that, there's a whole ass lava field from a 1,000-year-old volcanic eruption. And there isn't just one mansion on this property. There's actually 3. So it makes sense why
Can we do a Zillow video one day where I just review like the coolest and the weirdest homes? You guys could like suggest some. I feel like I can do that one day.
Bet $78 million, but the local Hawaiians are getting more pissed by the day. Because Bezos isn't the first millionaire to buy a ton of land on these small islands. And if they ever decide to invade his property, he's basically got a military base in his backyard. So I'm sure it would be fun. I really think Jeff Bezos would care. He can buy anything he wants. He even has a record in California.
This guy's the biggest Jeff Bezos dick rider, dude. Oh my god. You think Jeff Bezos doesn't care about that? He'll buy anything he wants.
The most expensive home ever bought. It's still being constructed in Beverly Hills. But just to buy the land and knock down the old house, it cost this man $165 million.
Dude, it's like not even, you don't even have a home. If you have more than 3 houses, you don't own a home. You live in Airbnb, dude. What the fuck? And nothing's gonna feel homey. I can see somebody having like when it's like snowbirds or whatever, and they have like people live in Florida and then they have like a northern house and shit, like people in Boston and fucking New York and shit. I understand that, like you have 2 homes, maybe 3. If you have like 7 houses, you're just fucking living in like a hotel at that point.
Thinking his entire portfolio of
I
mansions
feel like you forget, like, oh, this really exists.
at least $500 million. sweatshops. And even though Bezos loves his balls, I'm sure he enjoys his yacht a bit more. Because it's one of the most expensive private boats in the world. And it's not just any yacht, it's a sailboat. And this thing can move without an engine, which is pretty crazy, considering that.
See, that's
This boat is over 400 feet.
and no damn well he hits a button and it goes. And then a turret with fucking missiles just comes out. And he's sitting there in a mech suit. Shooting down fucking planes and shit. Somebody attacks him.
Besides being the biggest sailboat in the world, this yacht comes with some unbelievable stuff. It's got its own $10 million helicopter that surprisingly Bezos' wife can fly herself. But it's also got jacuzzis, a nightclub,
Helicopters scare me. I don't know about everything else about helicopter.
a garage for supercars, and you guessed it, a submarine. Won't believe that some is more better than others. And to make it even more unique, the entire yacht can be manned by one person. Most yachts need a whole crew. This rig of a boat costs $25 million a year to maintain, and sent Bezos back $500 million to buy the damn thing. But the most expensive thing he owns is a piece of paper. Because in 2019, Jeff's wife caught him cheating with his mistress, and rightfully she was pissed. But for some dumbass reason, Jeff was doing all of that without signing a prenup. And just like Kanye,
Oh my god! I can't say this. I feel like we both know. I don't know what prenups are very well. Prenups are way more complicated than you think. Everybody always thinks, oh, if you sign a prenup, that means you never get divorced and just keep the money. Yeah. If you sign a prenup, you usually protect the assets that you've accumulated pre-marriage. But the second you're married and your wife or husband steps in the same house as you, both of your assets are the same legally. Like, what is yours is how theirs, right? And what is theirs is how yours, right? You're one and the same. So that's why the majority of marriages end with people splitting shit, because even if you have a prenup, it's hard to determine what assets are owed pre-marriage and just marriage shit. There are different prenups. And with Jeff Bezos, he might be able to have a prenup that fucking everything that he's ever fucking accumulated. But it protect future assets like real estate, bank accounts, artwork, and crypto. But it's just like, I mean, he could sign one. It says there are future asset prenups, but I'm pretty sure that's not the majority of the prenups. The majority of the prenups that I've heard of it's like free asset or free marriage prenups. But if you're sitting there getting married and you sign 55 fucking prenups before you get married with like detailed documents on how everything is theirs, why not just date? Like, I could see myself being like, okay, I want a marriage prenup for like my assets before marriage. But if you're like, I'm gonna detail that everything I've ever owned will and will always be mine, you are literally defeating the purpose of marriage.
honestly, his ex-wife had the best investment of all time. Because she married him when his net worth was at its lowest, and divorced him at its peak, securing her a total bag of $38 million.
But I don't think I tried every seat on the most expensive airplane on it.
There is a seat on an airplane called an A380 that literally comes with a living room, a private bathroom, a private bed,
I haven't seen that
and a personal flight attendant. Now, I have no business flying in that seat. It only exists on one airplane in the entire world. However, I owe my friend Isaac a favor. His brother David lives across the world in Singapore, and they haven't seen each other in 10 years. Isaac asked me to deliver David a letter and his favorite cereal from the U.S. all the way to his brother in Singapore.
Bracket brand. That's his favorite cereal. What is that? I've never even heard of that.
But if there's one thing I know, going on this adventure of riding in every single class on the most expensive airline in the world would be insane. But the only way that's going to happen is if I can foot the bill of a sponsor. Thank you, Shopify. I packed my bags, made my way to the airport, and boarded my first connecting flight to Singapore.
Wait, so his ass gonna fly there, back there, back there, back. Is he gonna do, dude, straight he's literally just keep for like a week? That sounds so
On my way to my seat, I did pass through business class. I'm not sure how you can even call this a seat. I also passed through basic plus. Look at that, like, that's gonna be fun. And finally made it to my first seat of the video.
I don't think I can do. The longest plane flight I've ever been on was 5 hours, and I've never flown in anything that wasn't huge. But flying in a seat like this for 20 hours sounds horrible.
Basic on this first flight, we're going to be flying from JFK to Abu Dhabi, which is nearly a 13-hour flight. I'm most likely going to be doing a lot of voiceover because I'm socially awkward. I passed the time by measuring our legroom, 4 inches by the way, and also just by staring out the window until our first meal arrived, about an hour and 15 minutes before.
This looks like a fucking elementary school lunch. They got that fucking vegetable slop into the plate.
Alright, lunch is served. Here's what we got. A water bottle bottled at the source, a bread roll covered in a nice layer of plastic, chicken and rice, veggies, strawberry cheesecake, and the nectar of the gods, Sprite. This looks really good. I'm excited. That's Betty. She didn't hear me. She wouldn't ignore me. We're actually friends. She's my basic buddy. Silverware. I don't think I've ever touched silverware on a plane before. This is crazy. This is like first class treatment in basic. I spent the next few minutes absolutely housing this meal. I mean, this is hands down the best meal I have ever had on an airplane. This food is so good. Shortly after finishing, I think I've had a meal on an airplane. Every time I go on an airplane, this is me. I sit in my seat.
What I was told was that I hit this car almost head on.
For 6 hours.
Not good. I don't want to talk. Almost the same song underneath me 40 times. I found myself in desperate need for the bathroom, which is a great opportunity for a tour. Pretty basic, yeah. I've got a sink. The tile is nice. Oh, it's not actually tile. The toilet is, it's definitely a toilet. The flush button's got some use, but that's a good thing. It's doing its job well. Overall, pretty fun in here. Gets the job flushes batteries down the fucking, down the toilet during a flight. Me putting a bunch of double-A batteries into an airplane toilet. I'm done. At this point,
I'm joking. Spirit Airlines, please don't check me off the flight.
Flying over the wind do that with the ocean, and it's late. I tried turning on the lights and accidentally flashbang Betty, so just bear with me with the lighting in the case. I will say that so far the service has been incredible. Just a bit ago I was in the bathroom, so I missed the coffee delivery. I asked the flight attendant for a coffee. She brought me a cappuccino and Oreos. This is my first time eating an Oreo suspended 35,000 feet in the air. It felt amazing. I drank my cappuccino like it was not a serious first time eating an Oreo. You know, it was also delicious. I feel like I'm in first class. I do. I am so excited to go to Singapore. I remember when I was in like 8th grade and we had a textbook that said Singapore is one of the nicest countries in the world. It ever goes to Singapore and you
Also, Singapore is really detrimentally connected traffic with 50 grams of heroin, 200 grams of meth, 5 grams of cannabis. Okay, so that's a shit. I think years ago, you used to be able to just, they would kill you if you weed. I don't know for sure. I remember there was like an episode, it might have been on a movie, Jackass, or like an episode of something, where Steve-O swallowed a condom for weed, because he wanted to bring weed to Singapore, but they were telling him that if he got caught, they would probably kill him, and he was like, oh, fuck. And then when he got to the airport in Singapore, he shit out the condom, and then smoked the weed. I'm gonna do some work, and I will catch up with you soon. At this point, I crack open a bag of cherry berry roast, find my seat, and open up my laptop for some Tom's Secret work. I'm working on my computer. I'm a hard worker. A few hours later, we got to watch the most mesmerizing sunrise ever. So I asked Betty to take a video of it, and she did a great job. Now that the sun is up, that means it's time for breakfast. The Basic Plus section gets served first, which means by default Betty and I get served last. We are in the last row after all, but that just means I have more time to play Angry Birds and watch Trolls at the same time. Angry Birds. I haven't played Angry Birds in years. Breakfast, coconut curry, you've got like waffles.
Very nice. It's like a burrito roll.
How yummy.
Thank you. Guess what's for breakfast? Chicken and rice.
And look, I'm shitting my pants, dude. You're telling me I'm gonna eat that overflow? That one's good. I'm shitting my pants. I'm on a 10-hour flight and you expect me to eat that and not have to fucking take a shit. I'm gonna be crop dusted the entire plane. I'd be fart left and right.
I watched this person play Angry Birds while I ate and then decided to interview the flight attendants because they have been amazing. Why are you guys so motivated to give such good service?
We love our guests, so we always give our best.
What's your name?
I'm Shantae.
Where are you from?
South Africa. Me, I'm her. How are you? So my name is Jocelyn, and the reason why I give good service is because I love people, I love socializing with people, and I love getting happy. You love this, Ryan.
Thank you.
like 10 plus hours a day. Oh, sure, they have to make something. No, they don't. I'm gonna go. How much do flight attendants make that go cross country? A Reddit forum has the flight attendant saying they make $75 an hour. An international flight attendant can make as low as $11K and as high as $100K. They probably just forgot how many hours they're working. But I mean, that's a work day, right? Like if they fly 10 hours, that's their day.
We have arrived in Abu Dhabi. I was mildly concerned about my cereal coming into a new country, but I got there with ease. I would be celebrating right now, but I thought it was probably unwise to celebrate before my cereal gets through customs in Singapore. Regardless, this airport is awesome. Wow. This airport is insane. It's honestly pretty comforting, maybe because there's a Texas chicken directly behind me. My number one complaint was the longest seat on the flight. That was a great experience. If it only gets better from here, I don't know how I'm gonna behave when Ryan is too positive, bro. Ryan is too positive. Great experience. You're telling me he was having fun. Like, he enjoyed it. I'd do it again. No. I love that about him. Oh, yeah, he makes everything seem great. But if this was a Joe Mark vlog, I would say that shit was trash. I'd say this shit was okay. I'd say that was great. I'm not gonna be like, yes, I think the back to the plane for a 10-hour flight is gonna be that's a weird thing to say. If it sounds like I'm shot at my words, it's because it's 3 a.m. in the U.S. And since my next flight to Singapore is in 10 hours, I'm gonna go to sleep and keep this cereal safe. I hope it's still in here. It should be. Okay, let's go to a hotel. We're gonna find a better way to get these shots. Very nice. This is literally in the airport. I'm gonna go to sleep. Good morning. It's nighttime. I got out of bed, took a shower, and got ready to board my flight to Singapore. I'm honestly just excited to fly on this airline again, especially food. I don't know why, but I want to use this plane's jet. I want to leave like New York Airport at like 10 at night, go on like a 12-hour flight, and it be the same fucking time when I arrive, and just being really freaked out by it. It's not a fun experience. Oh, I know, but I've never experienced it. Like, it's just like 24 hours. It's not that crazy. Like, if I moved like to Asia or some shit where it's like, right now it's like fucking 3 in the morning, it would feel so weird. Simply because the cereal is still safe. I was thinking like these seats. Like, how much do you think that seat costs? I have arrived at my basic plus seat. Maybe not pretty quiet right now to be filming this, but I will say I paid extra for the seat. We did choose. Look at this leg room. Thinking about how is that okay? The seat probably had to be backwards. Even a shitty seat like that car. Also, my seat buddy moved right over to the left because there was an available seat, which means this is basically first class. Look at this double room. So, the next stop is Singapore. Let's see what it's like the basic class. Alright, I'm gonna stop recording. I can literally smell business class from here. It smells like luxury. They have laid out seats. I'm feeling a little FOMO, but honestly, I'm just ready for this thing to take off. Yeah, we took off. Okay, let's go to Singapore. As I got situated, I realized most people are already asleep on this plane. If you're looking for like crew, sorry, I took it off. 23 and great. Anyways, I gotta take a camera to the basic bus bathroom. It was fun to see everybody who's flying on the plane with me, but it was a long walk. This bathroom isn't so different from the last one. You still got this beautiful tile that is not tile with the does in fact flush. I tested it. You know, I really love airports too. There's a lot of conversations with people that I will never see again in my entire life. Like, I remember I told you guys about that conversation I had with that one guy on the line. I don't even remember what he looks like, but he was a lovely dude. I remember having a conversation with him. He was chill as fuck. Me and him had like a 5-minute conversation. I can't even picture his face. But I remember I had a conversation with him, and I will never see him again. I will never see him again. He's living his own life right now. I don't know what he's doing. What do you think he's doing right now? Probably chilling. Doing stuff. I feel like he's probably watching a movie. Low-key. Memorial Day weekend, it's a Sunday. I think he's chillaxing. You know? I don't even remember his name. There is soap, a sink, trash can, all kinds of paper products that you may need, and if you're a baby, a place to sit. I'm having a great time. However, I am currently experiencing a little bit of turbulence on this plane. So,
I'm gonna go back to my seat and also get a little plane spray. Puking all over the fucking mirror.
Yes, sir. Look at that. We've got a good life bread. Not sure what that means. Some vegetables, a specialty any hot beverage. It's Coca-Cola. That's what it is. Natural drinking water, chicken and rice, which looks
that looks so. Oh my god, that actually looks plowing. I love that shit up here. Yo, I would back this.
which looks delicious. This actually looks so good. And dessert, maybe banana pudding. I love banana pudding. It is literally midnight. This is the fanciest meal I've ever eaten. At midnight, all of a sudden, I'm kind of panicking because I haven't looked inside my luggage since I left to check if the cereal is really in the box. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I just really want to look at the cereal.
He's worried that there's not going to be cereal, like that it's just an empty, hollow box, or that they stole.
That meal was so good, and now that I have a full belly, I decided to
start cracking it open. He's gonna have a left out his friend. Man, I got you cracking open, and he opens the box and just fucking stuff.
Looking forward to my secret project. Top secret. Once again, I found myself with Oreos and other snacks. I'm just blown away by the generosity of these flight attendants, okay? And as the sun was beginning to rise, I decided to see what the flight attendants for Basic Plus had to say. Guys, we're almost at Singapore. I'm here with Michaela. She's my flight attendant today. Where are you from? That's so fun. My last flight attendant. Where are they all from? South Africa, too. They were great, right? They were great. I love South Africa. Can I tell you why I'm going to Singapore? I'm going to give a man cereal.
It's crazy. You got this, Ryan.
Yeah, you got this, Ryan. Just the fuel I need. I feel unstoppable. I'm sitting in my seat and I'm just so ready to land. Okay, we landed. Alright. As I was getting off the plane, the flight attendant invited me to meet the pilot. I don't know what's happening. The captain is taking me with him all the way to the front of the plane. Have you been in the flight before? Ever. Now I can really say I've sat in every seat on this airline.
I kick him out of the plane and I fucking lock the flight attendant and I fucking spark that plane up. And that's my story on how I just fucking stole an FBI or I was a fucking airplane. That's I convinced him I just want to see the cockpit, but I fucking hit that bitch in reverse and fucking fly out.
I said goodbye to the team and got off the plane with no doubt in my mind. That's when I saw something that made me want to live. Customs. Every country has different policies for what you can and can't bring into the country. And in terms of categories, food is one of the most regulated items. Let's see if this cereal gets regulated, but it's usually food is because there's going to be certain white bugs or bacteria
that if they're transported from one country to another, can kill the crops and the entire country. Like if you brought like a mango back from South America, they wouldn't keep it. It's through customs. I'm like, okay. Alright, thank you.
I thought it'd be cool to get an ominous video of me looking out at this crazy view. I've always seen this airport in photos, but now I'm actually here. Figured I might as well get a video in front of it. Just for the record, that flight was awesome. The legroom was fantastic. The food was so good. The flight attendants were amazing. And I made it to Singapore. And guess what? I've got the cereal with me. I cannot tell you how relieved I was when I opened my suitcase and it was actually in the box. I also have David's letter from Isaac. Oh, so cute. Brothers love each other.
So I'm not meaning to actually bomb in the box. It's like don't open the letter, give it to my brother. I knew I was tricky with the crack of the note plan. Ryan delivered it right to me. By the time you finish this letter, the bomb will have already exploded.
I'm with David for a little while, and I'm actually really tired because it's like midnight in America, so I think I might take a nap. Good morning. It's not morning. I slept for 1 hour. You also find sleep pods, capsule hotels, video hotel areas. It's fine. Anyways, I've got a cereal box to deliver. I really want to make it look like I'm actually on an epic mission that matters, so I think I'm going to make the next few clips like a dramatic, cinematic sequence. In a world where two brothers live in separate countries, does this go epic? I don't know. Can you guys just comment, wow, right now it's epic? There's only one man equipped to unite them. It's me, Ryan. Yeah, so I got a text into David's place, and this is the end of the sequence. I hope it's nice to meet you, David. Oh, this is so David, I am always here. Because does he not know what's in the box? Okay, are you gonna close your eyes? 3, 2, 1. It looks open, bro. It looks open. Oh, Jack the old friend. Great. This music in this Christmas morning.
stuff other than fucking cereal, dude. Maybe money, like, I don't know, Chihuahua or something. Or you give me fucking cereal.
And that's when I gave him Isaac's tip. Dave, to move across the world, I know it's difficult to come home regularly. What's probably even harder, though, is that you have to go without some investment. More specific.
What really sucks is this crap food, and my boys in the pricing. I told Ryan not to eat it. Hopefully he'd listen. Ryan's just in the back, just like,
We, the kind of mom used to give us stockings every Christmas. I hope this box of crack little brand brings you back to those lovely childhood memories.
I would never do that. No way. Dude, that is scary as shit. What if they all just collapse and fucking smack and bring you back to those lovely childhood memories?
Eat it slowly because like all the best things in life, we don't exactly fully understand how good things are until they are. See, brother.
Now Isaac has no idea about this, but David's got a favor to ask as well. Deliver a letter back to Isaac and give her the Singaporean snack straight from David's pantry, meals and fish skin for the job. I put it in my luggage and, I'll bring it back in. Alright? My job is only halfway done. I delivered the cereal, and now I've got something to deliver to Isaac's mission. Part 2 is good. I'm on my way to America. After that, I got a few hours to my flight home. David took me around Singapore. It's a beautiful place. It's funny that he wanted to do the flight review video when he needed a reason to go, so he just conjured up like the dumbest fucking reason of, I'm just going to deliver my friend a box of cereal. So it seems like I'm not just flying to Singapore and back for utterly no reason. This is just so crazy. Like I said, I remember looking at Singapore in my textbooks in school, and I always dreamed of coming here. And I gotta say, it did not disappoint. Except for the food that I tried, it was unique. David got a kick out of this. Eventually, I headed back to the airport and prepared for my business class. It comes with a private airport lounge, lots of food and drinks. But my flight was boarding, so I headed to the gate. Your number's not even in the tens. Yeah, that's how you know you're in the fucking luxury area.
Welcome to business class. I already took my shoes off and I don't even feel weird about it. They give you free slippers. Also, I was served this red juice almost instantly. It's watermelon juice because I had so much fun in Singapore. David,
Watermelon. Actually, I'd just rather have just watermelon juice. I'll just take that. It's gas. It's actually good.
the only problem is I didn't really sleep. I got like 1 hour of sleep at Utah Air, and that was pretty much my sleep for the night. It's my minimum right now is once again an overnight flight, and I'm pretty sure that my seaboard flies all the way down effectively flat, but I don't want to sleep because I don't want to miss out on any of the cool stuff you get in business class. What's on the menu? Business. Yeah, we're not in basic anymore. Here's a quick list of crazy. Quite comfortable, I will say. Stickers. I put them on. Why am I doing this with my feet? I don't know, but I'm in business class. A fancy blanket. This package comes with a face mask, earbuds, lotion, lip balm, face mist, and toothbrush and toothpaste. Another pillow, perhaps to cuddle. I am tempted to sleep, but I'm also scared to miss out on any cool stuff that they would bring me. So, yes, it's time away.
As the flight is taking off, I've developed a plan to not fall asleep, in which I will be very strict about not even closing my eyes to sleep. I fell asleep for 4 hours, oh my goodness. I don't even remember extending my seat into a bed, but here I am. One thing is for sure, this is the most comfortable airplane seat I've ever had. I'm proud of it. On one end, I missed out on 4 hours of business class luxury, but also did I? Because I was laying fully down on an airplane. The flight attendant, when I woke up, she brought me coffee. It's really good. Oh my god. I love business class luxury. Yo. See, he's not saying the seat prices though. The seat probably like $10,000.
The flight attendant, when I woke up, she brought me coffee. It looks really good. She was also like, and I was like, oh yeah, Edinburgh. That's awesome. And she was like,
I know. Thank you so much.
and I said,
I'll just remember that. To the fruit. Get a bait first, motherfucker. What the fuck? It's got a cheese selection. Artesian crackers. And I'll just get ice cream or some of those foods.
and she said, okay.
That's crazy.
So I'm looking forward to that. I have not used the bathroom yet. I've got some work to do before we land. Let's get after it.
Thank you very much.
anymore. However, look at all this other stuff you get. The hand soap is in a special container. The faucet does look fancier. It really does. You've got a nice assortment of hand products, not one, but mirrors also potentially the best part. When you're doing your business in business class, I mean, talk about elevated. There's a window. Babies can also sit here. They're behind you. What's it gonna do? You can't even fucking see. I don't know what babies are flying business, but let's test this bad boy out. Sorry. I'm gonna use the toilet.
I just used the toilet. I know it looks like I'm just flushing it, but I actually used the toilet before filming, and it felt inappropriate. I actually filmed myself use the toilet, even if I'm not showing anything. Like, even if I was just showing my face and cut out the audio and allow there to be like the assumption that I'm using the bathroom, it just feels weird. Nah, you should have done a cut, like a jump cut to like him, like holding his breath, just like fucking tensed up, like dying, he's sweating, just dousing himself in water. I feel like a business mogul working up here. No, they really, this is so cool. Before landing, I freshened up with some complimentary face mist. We have arrived. I'm coming, but as soon as we landed, 2 security guards came on the plane asking for me. Awesome. Yo, I'd start. We came news. Alright, thank you. I don't know if this is next. Oh, it's next one. It's probably part of the content. But what I did wrong, I don't know in trouble with men personally took me off of this airplane and are now driving me in this little car thing to I don't know where. It felt like we were driving for hours until eventually they dropped me off at a private suite. What in the world is that? Yo. Dude, I'm telling you, this seat's probably like $40,000. For them to do that, I want to know. I just at least tells us how much this getting escorted up there. Like, it's out there, a little gas. Some things just don't sit right with my stomach. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the durian. Shout out to Megan. I can Is this real?
Yeah.
Ready for the purge. I need you, whenever you have a chance, to bring yourself and your phone upstairs.
Oh, and my phone.
Well, because Michael's going to help me set up your tidbite. Now.
Tidbit?
Apparently it's tidbite. Just be aware, nothing is where it has to stay in your room other than your sofa and your bed. Okay? Take your other ad. Hey, take your other Advil. You'll see.
It's always been so emotional, but it's especially hard when you're not taking from the intention or because of someone else's negligence. I'm a dream hero. If your loved one is killed in a car or truck accident and another party is at fault, you could be entitled to significant money damages. There are strict time limits, so follow along with them. So please, call Isaacs and Isaacs today. We recovered over $1 billion for our clients. We're ready to get your loved one the justice they deserve. Checking here. Is everything okay over there? I'm great. Checking team does drinks too. All you gotta do is call. Okay. Just call the name for all seasons. Checking. Is your mom extended looking tired? SPG Roofing Exteriors delivers protection and encouragement. Payments starting at just $179 full siding or window replacements. Call SPG Roofing Exteriors. Roofing you can trust. Summer clearance sale going on now at Family Leisure. Pools as low as $19.99. Sunday today. Silence sponsored by Indiana Wesleyan University. Discover the way forward. So that is Texas, the search effort has now reached a 5th day with more than 100 people dead and approximately 160 people still missing from the catastrophic flood. Hundreds of first responders still scoping out the damage both on the ground and from the sky. Those teams not yet ready to call this a recovery mission, holding out hope that bringing those missing people are alive. One of the most devastating stories we've heard of from this deadly floods, 27 campers and counselors who died at that Texas summer camp. And that's raising questions about severe level preparedness at summer camps around the world.
As actually happened, explains the popular summer camp now sitting in a really high level of their own safety plans.
The images of the devastation in Texas are ones no parent ever wants to see. Historic floods which have killed over 100 people sweep through a summer camp. The water is killing more than 2 dozen children and camp counselors. A disaster hitting hard for parents and camp leaders thousands of miles away.
As a camp director, but as much so as a father, it is just
situation serving as a moment of reflection for camp leaders.
You never know what's going to come. So what are some of those contingencies? And this is a great reminder. We always continue to look at our policies and procedures to make sure that they're up to date.
Safety procedures now top of mind at Camp Tecumseh after tragic floods in Texas. Reporting in White County, Ashley Hackman, 13 News.
Communication is really key to camp goals, and parents are welcome to ask about emergency and safety concerns. They said they already monitor the forecasting conditions days out in advance. We do have a link to the summer camp program and information on this story on our website. We have it right now at WTUturn.com. But when something like this happens, it's always like, what can we do to prevent this from happening again? And we've got some good ideas for that. Yeah, it really makes you think, what would I do in a case like this? Am I prepared? And we always have several ways to get warnings. Cell phone, obviously, it's an emergency alert, like those flash flood warnings. They go off. The TV, obviously, watching us. But if you're in a place that doesn't have cell service, where do they go? It's key. And we just Google it, and we're just looking online to see, like, how much are they? Right. And we see, at Amazon, they're between $23 and $35. And we sell them as $50 at Target, but they will go off. It's really very expensive, so you don't need cell service, and it can save your life, especially in the middle of the night. It really just runs it. Yes. So when we talk about multiple ways to get in place, that's what we need. Having your cell phone charged and ready, having a weather radio. We have one in Sean showed at 4 o'clock. So we just want to make sure that you can, now, can I better prepare for a severe weather event ahead of time, so you're not racing to do it in the middle of the night when the severe weather is happening. No severe weather today, very much a summertime day, typical for Central Indiana. It was warm up to 87 this afternoon. That's a couple of degrees above the average of 85, but it is so comfortable this morning. We're up to 63 degrees, and that's actually a little cooler than our average low of 67. Record for today, over
out here, and they were looking for the God. I can rebuild the house. They lost a little girl.
He says local officials drove down his street early that morning, blasting sirens. They woke you up. But meteors say the water company loaded, but floodwaters began to rapidly rise early on the 4th of July. Officials today pressed by reporters about the response.
What happened? When did it happen? Was the emergency manager awake at the time? Did they push the button to issue an emergency alert? So it's not that easy when you just push a button. There's a lot more there. And we told you several times.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott said the state was prepared.
We were ready. And we hear a flash flood warning. No one would know that would be a 30-foot high tsunami roll up.
One thing Kern County doesn't have, a siren system. Former County Commissioner Tom Moser says he proposed adding one in the wake of the 2015 flood.
There was an objection to sirens because of false alarms.
Do you think sirens could have saved lives here?
Most likely so, yes. Yes, I'm confident they'll carry it.
About 20 miles away in the town of Comfort, this is the sound residents heard as the fast-moving water rose. It was late morning there when many people were already awake. The town, which had recently installed a new alarm, had 0 fatalities. Daniel Morales pushed for the sirens.
Makes me feel good there. How was anyone here? Yeah, I'm part of it.
Ricky Ray Robertson says he wishes they had the same system in Kern County. Do you think a universal siren would have made a difference?
Absolutely. Let's pick it up right there, Priscilla. Is there a talk now of having a siren system in the wake of this disaster?
Yeah, Tom, there is, and the community continues to grapple with this massive cleanup and recovery effort. The governor is vowing to implement new systems so that this doesn't happen again. Tom?
Priscilla Thompson, leading us off. Search and rescue teams are continuing to painstakingly sift through debris, looking for any signs of survivors. For more, here's Morgan Jesse. Tonight, with more than 160 missing in the Texas Hill Country, got another search party now. Tireless search and rescue teams fighting the latest challenge. Tom. And that is the sound that is really nonstop, even on day 5, here on the banks of the Guadalupe River. Research crews still going. Today on the ride, survey the damage to Camp Mystic from the air. We will not stop until every missing person is accountable. The sheriff says 5 campers and 1 counselor are still unaccounted for. As we learn more about the young girls who lost their lives there. Blakely McCrory, Hadley Hannah, Megan Caron, and Mary Stevens were all just 8 years old. This harrowing photo showing 1 cabin of girls, several now confirmed dead. Wayne Kennedy returned to Camp Mystic on Sunday and took these pictures. A glimpse of what her 10-year-old daughter Lucy and her fellow campers went through. That's Lucy's bunk bed surrounded by debris. Tiny clothes still hang in a closet where the water line is several feet high. You can see it again here in the North Shower. Lucy says she woke up that night to rain and thunder.
And also, like, different elements started coming to our boat, you know, like, wake up and go back home because there's flood.
How do you describe that 4-hour window where you didn't know how Lucy was?
I mean, just the longest 4 hours of my life.
Lucy says when the sun rose, they drove to another camp where they were eventually evacuated by helicopter.
When I saw her, she was wrapped up in a blanket and had a teddy bear, and we just held each other tight, and I held her all night, you know, and just so grateful to God.
Morgan Chesky, ABC News, Kerrville, Texas. At a time tonight couldn't be worse. There are new severe weather threats all over the map. Look at this wall of water in New Mexico. National Weather Service warning issuing a flash flood emergency after a river rose 13 feet in just 2 hours. Universal Emergency Management tells our affiliate people are trapped in debris there right now. In Oklahoma, some areas saw 7 inches of rain, even forcing the boys and girls to evacuate. I want to bring in Bill Karen to build the following spreading situation in New Mexico. Walk our viewers through exactly how it's happening.
Yeah, a year ago, a South Fork fire devastated this region, so the hillsides are vulnerable. There's no vegetation. They had this thunderstorm sitting over them over the last 2 to 3 hours and dumped a quick 2 to 3 inches of rain. And so the hillside just let loose. This is just mud, debris, rocks, and unfortunately that at least 1 home. So this is a flash flood emergency that continues at this hour for this region. We have other concerns. We have this line of severe thunderstorms that is racing to the I-95 corridor, already at 77 mile per hour wind gusts in areas of Maryland. Airport delays across the board from D.C. all the way to New York, and we still have a damaging wind and power outages heading to New Jersey downtown. Just a nightmare scenario across the country. So many bad weather situations.
Yeah, we'll stay tracking all those systems throughout the night. Billy, thank you for that. We're also following breaking news tonight at airports across the country. For the first time in nearly 20 years, the TSA rolled out airline passengers to keep their shoes on, effective immediately. Here's Tom Costello.
It's a major security shift at TSA checkpoints nationwide. Effective immediately, all passengers can keep their shoes on. No need to screen them separately. Homeland Security Secretary Christine Owen says 94% of passengers now have real IDs, improving identity confirmation. And TSA procedures and checkpoints have improved.
They've added new scanners, new technologies, more TSO officers in some areas.
The TSA began screening shoes for explosives in 2006 after shoe owner Richard Reed attempted to blow up a flight from Paris to Miami in 2001. While pre-check passengers have been able to leave their shoes on, removing shoes has been a top complaint among all passengers.
Or maybe it's like, you don't want to touch the floor.
In December, we saw how detecting explosives is still a top priority at the TSA range in Huntsville. This is what's left a piece of a shoe and the handle from a suitcase. The bottom line is this would have been catastrophic, and the TSA and the FBI continue to focus on mitigating the threat of potentially catastrophic explosives. Security experts believe the terror threat remains real, even as new technology provides better detection and shoes stay on. Secretary Owen says TSA pre-check will still be available for passengers who don't want to remove their laptop, and she says passenger safety will not be compromised.
Tom? All right, Tom Costello for us. Now to the White House and President Trump. Russia and Vladimir Putin, as the president announced he's sending more weapons to Ukraine days after the Pentagon had paused shipments. Gabe Gutierrez at the White House.
Tonight, as the fighting in Ukraine intensifies with the largest Russian airstrikes of the war underway, the Trump administration is reversing course, sending more weapons to Ukraine, and growing increasingly frustrated with Vladimir Putin. It's a dramatic shift in tone for the president after years of praising the Russian leader. I said he was a strong leader, which he is. Months after erupting in anger against Ukrainian President Zelensky. But it would have to collapse right now. The new reversal comes after President Trump spoke with Putin and Zelensky by phone last week, just days after the Pentagon held up a shipment of U.S. weapons for Ukraine, citing concerns about those stockpiles. That decision blindsided the State Department and European allies, according to multiple sources with knowledge of the matter. It's not clear who ordered the pause.
He's not treating human beings right. He's killing human people. So we're sending some defensive weapons to Ukraine and I don't know what you're talking about.
The president said today sending more U.S. weapons is not in line with attempts to promote a peaceful settlement. On a campaign trail, Trump frequently bragged he did anyone want Ukraine in one day within 24 hours. And he later said it was sarcasm. Now his patience with Putin appears to be wearing thin.
He's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless.
And again, you've also been following this story about Secretary of State Marco Rubio being impersonated with the use of AI.
Yes, according to the State Department cable news, an unknown person or group using AI impersonated Secretary Rubio contacted at least 5 high-level government officials last month. The fake Rubio reached out to at least 3 prime ministers, the U.S. governor, and member of Congress. The State Department is now investigating more.
Okay, David, thank you for that. Jeffrey Epstein was awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges when he took his own life in a federal prison back in 2019. His death fueled a wave of conspiracy theories that the Department of Justice is now trying to put to rest. Stephanie Goss has that story.
President Trump not advocating a Jeffrey Epstein question at the White House today.
And people still talking about this guy was free.
On Monday, DOJ released this video of Epstein's federal jail cell letting the disgraced financier die. But the time code jumps just before midnight. Attorney General Pam Bondi explained.
And what we learned from your prisons was every night the video was
underage girls. The statement and the video triggering backlash from normally loyal Trump allies. Right-wing influencer Laura Loomer wants Bonnie fired. Alex Jones saying no one is buying this. The DOJ is attempting to debunk conspiracy theories that have swirled since Epstein's death in 2019, spread in part by some administration officials, including now Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino.
Apparently 170 plus people on his client list may be outed in the coming days.
In February, Bonnie was asked on Fox News about a possible client list. It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's another directive by President Trump. Bonnie responded to that appearance today. And my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK and MLK files as well. Helping fuel the backlash, Elon Musk. In June, he alleged President Trump was named in the Epstein files, later deleting the post. The president has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. Tonight, Musk hammering the administration, questioning how it can be trusted. For now, it seems an attempt to put the conspiracies to rest is having the opposite effect. Stephanie Goss, NBC News.
And we will be right back with the rising risk of liver damage linked to some of those popular supplements. One woman's warning after she saw all of the work she credits with saving her life. We'll explain next.
It started. It's the side hub. Between milestones like this may start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own, but for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life. Now, as the dad cat, it's my key to home protect.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next. Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Now, legit, recreational, aggressive, we figure out people like a little crazy family. And when you bubble with their own law, you can be sure they have 24/7 protection. We're always ready for your next adventure. That's just how we do it.
We're up with the rise of liver injuries tied to those popular supplements and how our reporting changed one woman's life. Our Emily Kevin with that story that could change yours too.
I was noticing just a hint of yellowness. A 7-year-old Katie Lohan thought she was doing everything right. She ate healthy foods, exercised regularly, and when she wanted to reduce inflammation and wrist pain, she added a turmeric supplement to her routine. But she felt worse, and within 2.5 months was in the ER. Have you ever had a scare like this? Never. She said it was our reporting on supplement-induced liver injuries that made her prioritize getting to a doctor.
I started itching.
Logan had similar symptoms.
Just a light bulb went up off my head, and I said, oh my gosh, I wonder if this is what's wrong with me.
What do you think would have happened if you didn't come across our report?
I don't even want to think about what could happen. Who knows if I'd be sitting here today.
What's the video about?
Her liver enzymes have reached 60 times normal levels, according to her hepatologist.
It was very serious. It was just one step before significant liver damage necessitating transplant evaluation.
While still rare, numerous studies show cases like Logan's are on the rise, and turmeric's suspected role has increased markedly. I think when people hear liver damage, they might think, okay, alcohol could be playing a role, maybe acetaminophen, but supplements, I don't think that comes top of mind for people.
You're absolutely right, because the misconception is that herbal products are absolutely innocent. Katie had this turmeric along with black pepper that increases the levels of this ingredient in the lab.
There's limited regulation and research around herbal supplements in particular, so while Logan was taking what the bottle told her, her doctor says that more than 2,200 milligrams of turmeric extract, it was way too much.
I had no idea that I could cause that much harm that quickly to my body.
Now sharing her experience and the chance it could impact one other life.
It's a fireworks disaster. A new video from one of the dangerous explosions during a volatile July 4th holiday weekend saved us.
Let's get started. Go. Where's your Raft? I really tried sleeping today, but I'm done struggling. Now I sleep with Inspire. Inspire? Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside my body with just a click of this button. A button? No mask? No clothes? Just sleep.
Inspire sleep apnea innovation. Learn more and your important safety information at inspiresleep.com. Dog food in your fridge?
Sun dog food is fresh then. Really need more veggies.
Wait, dog.
Fresh Pet. Healthy food fresh from the fridge.
Some people just know they get some hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
First night with a new house.
Like you to check neighbors first before buying a house. What's up? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that's 80 minutes. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Split the dust attracts 4 times more dust. 4 bees the normal bruiser. Make it hard to reach. Swivel. Remembering all cleats. Love it when you're right back.
With moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, my skin was no longer mine. My active psoriatic arthritis showing symptoms held me back. Don't let symptoms define you. Emerge as you with clearer skin. With Tremfya, most people saw 100% clear skin that stayed clear, even at 5 years. Tremfya is proven to significantly reduce joint pain, stiffness, and swelling.
Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, feel like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine.
Emerge as you with clear skin. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
Carter thinks Ice Angel for Carter's not lover. We've been doing this for a long, long time.
At Kroger, we never compromise. You get up high quality like bread baked in store and down low prices everywhere you turn. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh. And down low prices on over 1,000 items. The quality and savings that keep adding up. Pay to Kroger shoppers. We never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Carter thinks Ice Angel for Carter's not lover. We've been doing this for a long, long time.
We're back on the major development from the Supreme Court, allowing the Trump administration to move forward with plans to slash the federal workforce. A California judge has said the president couldn't do a major reorganization of the executive branch without working with Congress, but today's announcement clears the way for mass firings in nearly 2 dozen departments while the case proceeds in the lower courts. Now, the heat wave in Europe, the firefighters in southern France are battling a massive blaze that's closed the airport in that city, the second largest in France. And those wanting to visit one of Greece's most iconic attractions were out of luck. For part of today, the Acropolis was temporarily closed because of those blistering temperatures. And there's new video of yet another fireworks disaster over the 4th of July weekend, this time in Michigan. Dashcam video released by state police show fireworks shooting in all directions, engulfing the tent in smoke. Police are still looking for any information on who started this. Okay, up next, there's good news tonight. The grandfather who couldn't pass up an opportunity to feel like a kid again.
Okay, here's the drum deal. Some hundreds of your usual customizes car insurance. Are you a cat? No, I'm a duck. And that's a
COPD that is now under control, and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Someday, this holy bond is in sleep. Into sheets washed with tiny, gentle, soft and fresh. With a subtle, delicate scent and softness. Down with life and you.
Are you a cat? No, I'm a duck. And that's a okay, I'm a plateau. Okay, I'm a watch spot.